I'm clicking it live with the squeaky flow. TikTok, time to rock.
Well,
Good.
click live. You click live.
Too late. I already clicked live, man. And now you ruined. Did you actually stop right in the middle of the TikTok, man?
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing that'll get you kicked off. Anyway, hey, how's it going, everyone?
Good,
yeah, AP
good.
made us a little late. No, my computer did this weird thing where I had too many programs open and it froze. I didn't think that was possible because this thing is like the most tricked out laptop that is available, and it still froze. So that is wild stuff.
But it came very, very convenient because as you just texted me that you're going to be late, my wife just came and said, "Hey, it's time," and I'm like, "What? What do you mean time?"
What do you mean?
I thought we were like still 2 hours from our live stream. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So little bit of bad news on that front. I need about an extra 2 hours to finish editing this video, but I have a pretty solid draft. So basically I have all the content lines. So we record Muhammad's Boom Boom Room, and we'll record all one person's lines, and we'll record all, whoever he's interviewing, we'll record all those lines. And then I have to chop it up, and then we'll run lines, usually 2 or 3 times, sometimes multiple times if we want a bunch of takes to choose from. But then, you have to kind of chop it up and go through the best takes, and then you have to line them all up. And then, so I did that. I lined them all up. I added, I think most of the source, I may have missed something because I have not watched this through. I'm sitting there adding stuff going, I remember I need something there. And I remember I had a source there. I know there are more things I want to add on the screen, but basically we have a pretty solid draft. I also didn't have time to check the audio. Well, I roughly sort of eyeballed the audio levels, but there may be spots where something is too low or too high or something like that. So anyway, we'll go and watch it live. This is basically, it's like it's all the small tweaks later, which like the little small changes can take up a ton of time to do all the little editing and so on. So we're gonna watch the draft while AP complains. Go ahead.
Such incompetence. This is what we're dealing with on a regular basis, on a daily basis. Why can't we just have professional work? Why can't we just get things done in time? Why do we always have to deal with this incompetence?
We're pretty unprofessional, man.
I know. It's pretty ridiculous.
It's not for lack of trying. It is yet again this biggest problem I have probably in the world is massively underestimating how much time things will take. So last night when I announced it, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I got a couple hours tonight, and then I'll have this much time. Way too much time. I could do that and 10 other things. Wrong. Still not close to being finished. But again, we got the draft. So what do you think? Should we let more people filter in, or should we just go ahead and blast it?
I think we should.
How many people are watching? I can't see everything because I'm on a little screen now, and I can't have everything on at the same time.
There are currently around 720 people watching.
700 million people watching already?
700 million people watching, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. All right, we'll let a few more because I just sent out the link a couple minutes. Oh yeah, I was wondering. It's like normally by 20 after everyone's in, but we just started like 4 or 5 minutes ago. So. Yeah. All right, so AP. All right, I'll tell you what, guys. We will start in 5 minutes. We'll take the first couple of super chats, and then we will go ahead and start this. We'll probably do 2 things. We'll probably just watch it once through, all the way through, no interruption, and then we'll probably do it again, watch it a little again later, and maybe pause at some various times. Because some of this will be new information to people. And might be a little disturbing. Might want to hide your kids, all that stuff. Yeah, so I don't know what this would be rated, but it's pretty gross, ladies and gentlemen. So you've been warned ahead of time. This is by far the grossest episode of Muhammad's Boom Boom Room. Couldn't be helped. It's Muhammad meets Queers for Palestine, and Queers for Palestine is being interviewed by a guy who is constantly covered in semen, so there's just no way to not be a bit gross for this. So anyway, you've been warned. No complaining at all anymore after this point regarding the content because you've been warned. All right, couple super chats, and then we will jump into the video. AP's channel, you can like and comment on super chats. He also reads out member chats. Wingers has cat cam. Rumor is Hakikachu is writing a children's book that his members can read to their wives. What extra do we get, David? we should make a parody children's book written by the Dawa guys, and it's like just one big book for grooming. A really big book of child grooming or something like that.
That's very based.
D Wood equals David Wingeling. That is the sort of thing that will get you banned here. That will get you permanently banned, and won't be any calling me up later or messaging me. David, I was just joking. Too late, banned. That's how I roll.
The Wingelings.
What is all this Mike Winger nonsense, man? It's like he has like the worst cult fans in the world who are like obsessed with everyone liking him. D Wood, just admit you were bringing Mike Winger. Hope you guys are both well. This will be fun.
It says binging Mike Winger.
Binging Mike Winger. Okay. Yeah, well, that's even worse. I have never. We watched one of his videos live once. It was pretty much the nerdiest thing we've ever seen in our lives. Remember that one where he's talking about Islam? And he's like, and then I read, and this reminded me of Star Trek in episode 49 when Captain Kirk beamed out.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty dumb.
That's what you said, yeah.
And then we have wrong show here. Mm-hmm. It'd be funny if I should just sing my own when we start off, like just sing for a minute. You use the melodious sound of my voice. And we have Sunan Ibn Majah 2862, racist and against disabled. Want to check that out, AP? Sunan Ibn Majah 2862. So when you say racist or against disabled or anything like that, I'm guessing it's one of the raisin head ones. Head looks like a raisin. Person gets burned or something.
Maybe it's a racist against disabled people. It was narrated by Abu Dhar that he reached Rabada when the iqamah for the prayer had already been given and there was a slave leading them in prayer. It was said, "This is Abu Dhar." So he, the slave, started to move back, but Abu Dhar said, "My close friend, i.e. the Prophet, told me to listen and obey if the leader was an Ethiopian slave with amputated limbs."
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so it's interesting to see how Muslims read that. They see it as something positive, like, oh, look, you're saying even if the guy's an Ethiopian, you're required to listen to him if he has some leadership role at some point. But they don't realize that when Muhammad is saying how important it is to obey whoever is in charge over something, he basically gives the most extreme example of someone his followers would never, ever listen to. And he says, even that person you would have to lead. And so he's giving the most revolting person he could possibly give as far as actually having to obey an order for someone. And who does he talk about? He gives Ethiopians. He calls them raisin heads. He talks about amputees and so on. So, yeah, those are the most extreme examples of someone that Muhammad's companions would never, ever want to listen to.
Yeah. I wonder, so against disableds, that's nowadays called ableism. I wonder if insulting Muslims would also be technically called ableism. I'm not sure.
It might be something like that. All right, a couple more, and then we'll watch his video. It's Bathsheba again from Ohio Conference. Here's my jizya and shekels for D Wood. I gave shekels to AP last night. Got to make it even. Love you both. Thank you. And it was good. It was good seeing you. And by the way, I plan on doing that every year. So see you again next year. D Wood is just scared of the truth. What's the capital AR there for?
I don't know. Scared is just screaming, maybe. Yeah.
Humiliated. Scared. Pair character. Red cape. Smile. AP was late because he is devastated and was crying that his Christian wife is sharing Muhammad hijab memes.
God, that's so dumb, man. I still can't believe that he actually made these.
That's the dumbest thing ever. That was the. You know what I realized afterwards? It's we've talked about like the avalanche of apostasy and these guys sort of giving up on arguments, and then like afterwards, Chris from Speaker's Corner posted a video about Apparently, Jake the Muslim metaphysician had attempted to respond to the Islamic dilemma right after Fareed did, and they're all doing like really crap jobs where they're basically giving up and just, this is nothing, there's nothing here, it's nothing here, don't even pay, just ignore this, right? But this all ties into all their traditional arguments of the past several decades. They've given up on, or they even acknowledge that these arguments were based on deception. And so I keep saying that I wonder what their arguments are now. Like, what are you guys going to even say now at this point? What case can you possibly give? And so if you look at Ali Dawah, his channel, I keep seeing his fans complain on Twitter. Why is everything like about drama and gossip now? Oh, it's this guy's leaving this girl's breaking up, or this guy wants to, like, those are all his videos now. It's all like, what drama and gossip can I find? But then notice the fanboy, Jake the Muslim metaphysician, the fanboy of Ali Dawah, what does he post now? Oh, AP's wife convert. Oh, look, I've done my research and I found it secret here on Twitter for all the world to see. Oh my God, what could this be? Could this mean this? Could this mean that? I don't know. Let's keep digging. Oh, and it's like, that's what they're all their channels are going to become gossip channels. They got Muhammad Hijab and he's like, what, in a movie? He's going into acting now? Like, they're all giving up on actually saying what the evidence for Islam is because they've given up on those arguments. And now it's, we got to go with gossip or we got to go into acting, one or the other. Those are your options, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, the dawah is crumbling. Let's see here. Mike Winger sounds like Milhouse from The Simpsons. He definitely sounds like, I can't remember what Milhouse sounds like, but he definitely sounds like some nerd from some cartoon.
Where's my Quinger?
Small YouTube channel found Naomi Armstrong. Please show some love. And have you seen Murad translation? Momo the Maurice Doriel of his time. Love my bros. Marie, share that in a comment afterwards. Share that in the comment section of this video afterwards. I'll check it out. But I'm not going to check it out live.
Earlier, somebody tagged me. I think Black Angel tagged me on and showed a link, or put a link to Naomi Armstrong, a new person who was talking about Islam. And the funny thing is, as soon as I clicked on it, the video said something like, "And don't be offended when I call your Prophet Muhammad a pervert." it just totally caught me off guard, and I started laughing about that.
And what you just said, it reminded me of. What's that guy's name? What's that priest who spoke at the Tommy Robinson thing? Calvin Robinson. Yeah. But that was like him when he goes, you're not trying to be offensive here, not trying to be offensive, but we are dealing with a demon-possessed pedophile who was just like, wait, a demon-possessed, child-molesting, murdering, rapist, pedophile. No, not to be offensive, but that's just what it is. These are fun times, man. These are fun times to be around. Everyone else getting miserable. Look at all this stuff that's going on in the world. But look at all the opportunities we have all of a sudden. These are awesome. Awesome times, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome times.
Awesome times. All right, we'll read 2 or 3 more super chats because now they started coming in. And then I'll read 2 or 3 more real quick and then we'll jump into this video. Just
Louis
wanted
to...
What'd you say? Louis Armstrong. Satchmo.
Yeah,
I see trees of green.
Yes.
Skokie. One of my favorite songs, man. Let's see. Just wanted to personally say thank you for sharing your testimony on YouTube. Thanks. Any personal tips for how to become a minister if you can't afford Bible college? I appreciate you very much. No, I have no idea on how to become a minister. What are you talking about? Like a minister in a church? Probably go to the church and then ask them, because they're going to be different requirements. But no, I'm not a, if you're talking about a minister as far as, like, there's a sense in which all Christians are ministers. And then if you're talking about an official role as a minister, yeah, I have no official role as a minister. So yeah, I wouldn't know. AP, do you know?
Yeah. You can also become a politician, because politicians are also called ministers in different countries. So
yeah. And you could just walk into a place and be like, hey, I'm a minister. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Next to Muhammad Gets Hypnotized, the guy who does the Islam Critiqued channel would be a perfect hypnotist. Or AP. They both have the psychologist voice.
No, I think he has it much more. What's his name? Colin?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah.
He
All
has
right,
a perfect
one more hadith to
to
look up, AP.
Abu Dawood.
Sunan Abu Dawud 4376. I know what this is about, but go ahead.
Forgive the infliction of prescribed penalties among yourselves, for any prescribed penalty of which I hear must be carried out.
What that?
Is that it?
Was that
Is
the
that
one?
it?
Oh, I wasn't thinking of that one. I must be thinking of a different similar number in a different collection.
Yeah, this is it.
Wait, read that again?
The Prophet said, forgive the infliction of prescribed penalties among yourselves, for any prescribed penalty of which I hear must be carried out.
Yeah, that's similar to the one I usually point out from Sunan Ibn Majah, which says, carry out Allah's punishments even against your own family members. And so that's actually a good one to keep handy for... it means, hey, don't feel bad for people when you have to carry out these penalties, and don't punish yourself. Muhammad requires these kind of things. All right, Wingaling here. Can't wait for the video. I was about to play it after the third comment, and then it's from a Wingaling, and so there's no way I'm playing it after someone mentions the name that shall not be named. Did you guys review those AI debate videos yet? That'd be an interesting one.
Maybe that could be something to cover.
We should do a live stream on those.
Inshallah.
All right, guys. We ready to check out the video?
No. The world is not ready for this.
What's that?
The world is not ready for this.
All right, guys. If you just tuned in, I pointed out this is not finished. I basically assembled all the pieces. I added all the big components. I added the sources, some of the sources on the screen, the intro and the outro. There are going to be, I have to finish editing. There are lots of little tweaks and testing the sound and stuff like that. So anyway, don't start whining right here. If you notice an issue to take into consideration, post it in the comments afterwards, because I'll be editing this video. I'll be editing this video afterwards. In other words, to bring it from good draft to final product to be on YouTube forever. So if you see any problems that I need to fix, and that doesn't mean, oh, you should bring up this thing and it's too late. We've already recorded all that. I mean, editing things. If I need to fix something in editing that I've missed, go ahead and check it out. All right. We ready to check out Muhammad Meets Queers for Palestine?
No.
And keep in mind, I've done the basic run through on audio, so I'm not even positive that there are not going to be some quiet parts while we're watching, because I do need to tweak some things. But all right, we'll go ahead and see what we got. Everyone, here we go. Again, we'll just watch it one time all the way through, and then probably a little later, we'll watch it again, but with some pauses. So here we go. The nastiest, most disgusting episode of the Boom Boom Room ever.
This is LGBTQ friendly Christian propaganda video.
Yeah. And this is the world premiere of the draft of the first draft of the video. All right, here we go.
Handsome is the young stud in a
Hey, AP, we were talking this entire time and we were muted. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, we were muted the entire time. Guys, if you missed it, I didn't know why we were not on the screen, and I pointed out that I set things up on my on my desktop years ago, and now I'm on my laptop, and I don't know how to do things, and there are like a million options. So anyway, what we'll do is I will back up off this, and we will just watch the full screen version. No, because I made a change in this crop version. All right, we just have to wait a second, guys. I have to figure out how to get us up on the screen. I like Ecamm just because I know basically how to turn it on, but it is massively confusing as far as putting stuff up on the screen. Show picture. Here we go. Show picture in picture. Is that us?
Advanced technology.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Well, I have that. Now you just have to figure out which one. Okay, hang on. We're on the screen. Show picture in picture. I apologize for AP really, really screwing this up right now. Where is it? I've done this before. Show picture in picture. Picture in picture shape. Uh-oh. Wait. Wait.
It's the most embarrassing show we've ever.
Oh, there we go. Done. What? Got it, son. You thought it couldn't be done? You thought it was a game? How sloppy is this? What were we talking for? Like a couple minutes, and I didn't even see we were muted.
I was just blasting you for being terrible at this, and then
it's pretty rude. All right, get us over here on that. No, too big. And all right,
smaller, fit us into this red.
Problem of technology, people.
Smaller, even smaller, please.
Problem of technology. All right, we got us there.
No,
all right, that is good enough. That's good enough.
Make it smaller. We have to see the whole thing.
You don't need to. There's a.
I want to see the whole thing.
Hang on. My goodness. Where are the correct settings? Shape, square, round. No, can't do it. All right, I'll just make it smaller. There's a way to change all of this. D Wood does not know.
A channel like this, which makes $2 million a year, you would have better.
It's billion, liar. Okay. Was starting to think that was not going to happen. All right. Now is everyone ready? Bunch of whiners.
The
complainers. All right. Without further ado, here we have Muhammad Meets Queers for Palestine, the rough draft edition, which will be modified by tomorrow. Again, pay attention if you see any problems, because tomorrow it will be forever. And here we go.
Welcome to Muhammad's Boom Boom Room, where all of my guests either agree with me completely or they go boom. I am your host, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And with me now are two members of a group who hate the Jews almost as much as I do. They are the Queers for Palestine. And these two appear to be two giant
fabulous individuals. Hello, Honorable Muhammad. I'm David, pronouns he, him.
And I'm Gay P, pronouns uh-oh. What are your pronouns, Honorable Muhammad?
My pronouns are Allahu and Akbar. And I'm beginning to think maybe we should continue this interview up on the roof.
Up on the roof? Sounds like someone wants to take us for a magic donkey ride.
Hey, buy a guy a drink first. But seriously, we love you and your pronouns.
Most people only hear me use my pronouns once. Now, before we continue, let me give a shout out to this episode's sponsor, KFC Canada. KFC Canada is going full halal and full Sharia compliant. So, be sure to support the Islamic takeover of the world by buying a huge bucket of super greasy KFC chicken slaughtered by my followers in the name of the great God, Allah. It says something here on the side of the bucket, but I can't tell you what it says because, as everyone knows, I can't read.
I hear that chicken is finger licking good.
We love what you said about your followers licking each other's fingers after they eat.
You can lick our fingers anytime, Honorable Mohammed.
Speaking of KFC, some people say that Queers for Palestine is like chickens for KFC. So, why do you support a group who wants to slaughter you like chickens against a nation that would protect you?
Great question, Honorable Muhammad. Some people think we side with Muslims because we've been brainwashed into siding with anyone who claims to be a victim. And who has greater right to perpetual victim status than poor, innocent Muslims who've been peacefully subjugating the world for 14 centuries,
Good point.
slaughtering gays and Jews and Christians and Hindus and apostates.
Peaceful.
Yeah, Muslims are victims of all the selfish people who refuse to be violently subjugated.
Poor Muslims.
Poor Muslims always get the shaft, and we know what that's like.
Muslims are always victims, and we at Queers for Palestine love getting behind victims. But that's not the real reason we support you, Honorable Muhammad. We support you because we know you're one of us.
Oh, I remembered what's coming.
What of who now?
You're one of us, which makes you the real victim in this tragic story. You couldn't be open about it in 7th century Arabia. But these are different times, honey. And we want you to know that we accept you.
That was improv.
We accept you, Honorable Muhammad. One of us, one of us. We accept you, we accept you. One of us, one of us. Gooba gobble, one of us, one of us. We accept you, we accept you. One of us, one of us. Gooba gobble, one of us, one of us. We accept you, we accept you. One of us, one of us. Gooba gobble, one of us, one of us. We accept you, we accept you. One of us, one of us. Gooba gobble.
Wait, I'm one of you? What do you mean?
Oh, come on, Honorable Muhammad. We read that little story about you pulling up your blouse so that big, strong man could kiss.
What's up?
I think while the while the one of us section is good, I think you should shorten it, and then have Mohammed jump in and interrupt us, so it doesn't go. Yeah.
I actually have more reactions from him during that, but we'll have to see how it sounds. Not everything sounds good if you just chop it off in the middle of nowhere. But guys,
Yes.
AP has just made a recommendation to cut short the Gooba Gobble song. The Gooba Gabba song.
Yes.
So if you agree, matter of fact, we'll do a poll. We'll do a poll here.
We don't need a poll. I would say that 100%.
I'll do a poll. I'll do a poll later on. We'll finish watching this. I'll do a poll later on whether we should shorten the Gooba Gobble section. The
Or
Gooba
maybe you
Gabba.
could make a poll, but I will just overrule it with 100% yes. So.
Now let me see. How did he eventually step in? So that would have to be an interjection, right?
Yeah.
Let's see how he interjects here, and if
One
that would
of
work to
us,
cut off.
we accept you, we accept you. One of us, one of us. Gooba gobble.
Wait, I'm one of you?
That doesn't sound like
What
a
do
good
you
enough
mean?
interjection.
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
Honorable
Would be
Muhammad.
more
We
natural.
read that.
It would be more natural if he just jumped in. You know.
We'll see. AP's
I
never
said it-
You've never edited a video like this in your entire life. You have no idea what it involves.
I say that as a professional.
You say that as a professional at nothing that's relevant for this. All right, let's continue without your
That little story about you pulling up your blouse so that big, strong man could kiss you all over your milky white body.
Good point.
Yeah, we read about you seductively poking him under the ribs with a stick.
And then he said, let me take retaliation.
And you said, take that retaliation. Oh, yeah, take all that retaliation.
And he said, but you're wearing a shirt.
So you raised your shirt up and let him kiss you all over until he said, this is what I wanted, Messenger of Allah. Oh, yeah, this is what I wanted so bad.
Then an hour later, you were mysteriously covered in semen. Skate, skate, skate.
Been there.
Done that.
Honorable Mohammed, can you lift up your blouse so I can kiss you now?
What? No! What do you think I am? The Black Stone?
Well, you're the only prophet in history who was constantly covered in semen.
That's
You
true.
wore it proudly.
He did.
Shame on that little hag Aisha for washing it off you and scratching it off you and scraping it off you. That's like scraping the sequins off your wives' dresses when you were prancing around in them, you adorable cross-dresser, you.
And we know
point.
all about you and Dihya al-Kalbi, the handsomest young stud in Arabia. There are all these hadiths about Dihya being at your house and you telling your wife that it's actually the angel Gabriel.
Seriously, Honorable Mohammed, you're telling us that anyone who sees this guy in your house says, yeah, that's Dihya al-Kalbi, we know him, but it's really the angel Gabriel who just happens to look exactly like Dihya al-Kalbi?
Stop trying to put the gay in
He's
Gabriel.
an angel!
He is an angel, not your scapegoat.
Hey, who's that sneaking out the prophet's window in the middle of the night?
Isn't that Dihya al-Kalbi, aka Hot Dihya?
No, it's the angel Gabriel. Trust me, bro.
Come on, Honorable Mohammed. We heard about you splitting the moon.
Sounds like some moons got split when Dihya came for a visit.
Look, what happens between two consenting adults or one consenting adult and a non-consenting child in the privacy of my own bedroom is nobody's business. But why do you keep calling me Honorable Muhammad? It's Prophet Muhammad.
Peace be upon you. We call you Honorable Mohammed because you're worthy of honor from the LGBTQAI plus community.
Good point.
But you're right. It is too many syllables. Honorable Mohammed. That's 7 syllables. Let's shorten it to Homo. That's a good nickname.
Momo the homo who delivered our favorite book, the Quran.
Gayest book ever. That's why I call myself a Quran queen.
You had us at the eyes are the leather strap of the anus.
Yeah, whenever I hear the words leather strap, the next word I want to hear is anus.
Shut up! The only reason I haven't Allahu Akbar'd you yet is because KFC Canada, today's sponsor, says that I have to invite you to Al-Islam first. So here's the invitation. Islam is the religion of submission to the great God Allah. The only way to submit to the great God Allah is to do everything that I say. And I say you either need to convert to Islam right now or pay me in Jizya.
Hey, you what now?
I said Jizya!
One more time.
Jizya! Jizya, 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 Jizya!
So you like to get paid in jizya, homo?
I think we can make a song about that. Jizz,
Yeah,
jizz.
yeah,
He likes to get paid in jizz.
yeah,
Jizz,
yeah,
jizz.
Yeah.
He likes to get paid in jizz.
yeah,
D,
yeah,
D.
yeah,
You know Muhammad loves that D.
yeah,
D,
yeah,
D.
yeah,
You know Muhammad loves that D.
yeah.
I'm not gay!
Sure you're not gay, homo.
I'm telling you, I'm not gay. I mean, sure, I may have experimented a little bit with Dia and 2 other guys, and I may have occasionally sucked on the tongues of a few little boys.
Little boys? Ugh. Brother, ugh. We're gays, not groomers.
But I had lots of beards. I mean, wives. And my favorite wife was that little prepubescent girl you rudely called a little hag.
Prepubescent? Double brother,
What's that?
What's that, brother?
Hey, you're not Momo the homo, you're Momo the chomo.
All you guys are doing is making fun of me. How can you say you support Palestine when you're making fun of me?
It's Palestine!
Palestine!
Palestine.
Palestine!
Palestine!
Palestine.
Palestine!
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 Palestine.
Palestine!
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 From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Wrong! From the river to the sea is where your body parts are going to be. Allahu Akbar!
Oh man.
I love the little tapping. At the end.
Yeah, that was improv. That was improv too. Yeah, but no, vocab's funny. So yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Oh man. All right, guys. So what did everyone think? What did everyone think?
I have to say that it seems kind of my gay role seems very, very, very well done and very natural.
I was thinking that. I was thinking, man, you were really.
It's suspiciously natural, like very, 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 very well done. I don't know how it just came to me naturally.
Yeah.
Very, very weird.
Worked pretty well. Worked pretty well. So let's go. Let's go ahead and check. People are liking it. Let's see. All right, let's check out some comments. This is so good. Yep. That slap on the button. Yeah, again, that was improv from Vocab. He's like, oh, what if I did it like this? And then I started cracking up laughing. That was amazing. The intro and outro is a banger. Yeah, I don't know if anyone noticed. AP, did you notice the outro?
No, I didn't.
Where is it? Let's see. Okay, here's where he says Allahu Akbar. Check it out. Watch closely.
It's where your body parts are going to be. Allahu Akbar!
Oh,
You see it? It went through rainbow colors in the explosion.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Good touch. That's a good touch.
That wasn't me. That was our friend Mike. I don't know how to do something like that, but Vocab asked our friend Mike if he could add some color at the end there. We have. Hey, how come every time I try to click on one, it moves? Didn't do that on my desktop. Let's see. We've got ha 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 ha. We've outdone ourselves. Best ever. Slap at the end was indeed dope. Oh, here you go. I see why Hatun was shaking her head. And then she's just praying for you. We have brilliant. We have great. Hey,
the funny thing was, Hatun was sitting there and helping us with the holding the and showing us the lines and making things right. And on the one hand, she looks totally serious and just shakes her head sometimes. On the other hand, she I don't know if she did that to you too, but sometimes I would look over to her while we were recording, and she's like, "Do this, do this," giving me hints on how to act as feminine as possible.
Oh yeah, she had me fluttering my eyebrows at the end. That wasn't in the video. I don't remember what that. Oh, I guess we could. I think I recorded that. I could use that clip and have myself fluttering my eyebrows at Muhammad at some point while he's saying something. We have some people say, best one yet, Momo the Chomo. Yeah, that's a general theme. I haven't released the Muhammad meets Michael Jackson or Muhammad meets R. Kelly yet, but it's a similar theme in that you've got you've got people who are doing something, and yet and you'd think Muhammad's going to be condemning them, but in the end, they're actually condemning Muhammad as, what the heck is this mess? This is nasty. We got Thaddeus here with the button slap. Yeah, you were there, Thaddeus. What are you talking about? All right, let's go ahead and check. Matter of fact, let's just roll through some of these comments real quick, and then we'll probably watch it with some pauses after some scenes to break things down, maybe some behind the scenes stuff.
I think it was a very good touch that we that we have a twist where the gay guys are both very disgusted once Muhammad reveals that he's also into children.
Yeah, and there's a group, gays against groomers and stuff, and they're like, "Hey, we're gay. We're not into the kids and stuff. Stay away from those kids." And so it's funny. They would actually look at Daniel Hakik and they would be like, "This guy's awful," and all these guys defending child marriage is awful.
Yeah.
So anyway, good stuff. We got brilliant. Yeah. All right, let's check out some super chats here. We've got the earlier super chats that were before we watched it. All right, let's go through these and then check out any...
Just one thing. We were thinking before this, you kind of played with the idea, and I thought, hey, that's hilarious. We were thinking that we should turn David and Gabe into characters, and I don't know, go to some place.
We should go to a Queers for Palestine rally.
Yeah, and
as David and KP. Yeah, and do interviews, but we'll actually show up with the Muslim sources and be like, "This is why we like Muhammad. Look at this." That would be classic. We should do that. We should find out where there's one of these events, and we'll show up as our characters. All right, check out some super chats again, guys. We'll probably watch it again with some pauses here, and then I also have a video from Apostate of Allah. We said we'd check it out. AP, I grabbed the video that you shared this morning. Is that a good one to watch?
That's one of them good ones. Is it? Wait, which one did I share? Was it Why I Left Islam or the other one? Why I Left Islam. I mainly shared that because it's about why she left Islam. The other one is also good. She has two that I watched partially. The other one is something with the problem with Islam or something like that. But yeah, that's good. It's good.
Hey, does this comment? I don't know how to do any of this, man. This comment actually is behind us. What is that?
Behind?
Look, it's like behind our. Oh gosh, I have to just go and mess with settings for 3 hours to figure this out.
Do you have layers there where you can put the super chat layers?
I'm saying I figured there are like 1,000 controls on this thing.
Okay.
And I have to go through everyone to figure this out. I'll just do this for now. I'll just do this for now. All right. We have boring. Watch Mike Winger. Yeah. If you want to turn into a nerd and be a loser. Looking forward to the new Boom Boom. Well, you just saw it. No, this is before. These are the comments from before, ladies and gentlemen. You need to hurry this up before the Muslims conquer Constantinople and the Dajjal comes. Oh yeah, that's what's funny. They'll quote the hadith about Muhammad predicting the fall of Constantinople as if that wasn't written centuries later, but then they'll ignore the part where he says that's when the Dajjal is going to come. Shake my wingaling.
Interpretation that they put on the as a spin on that, where they say, well, it will be again conquered in the future. Like this is something that I heard.
Yeah, they have to.
Where it will be lost in the future sometime, and then it will be conquered again, or it will be conquered through turning it into an Islamic place and all that. It's very funny.
Mm-hmm. It says release merch. Checkmate Jihad. There is. If you go to my regular videos, there's a link to my store, and you could get your own Checkmate Jihadi's shirt or a Jihadi Tears mug. You can get those things and be the envy of your town, and completely bulletproof, because there's no way any jihadi is going to shoot the Quran.
Yes.
Instead of the Gilmore Girls, it's the Dawa Girls. So much drama. We should start a Eat Quran challenge for AP, and how dare they go after wives? It is really weird that they're all turning into like drama channels.
Yeah.
Let's see. You should make Muhammad meets Aisha, have her be older and upset about all he did. Could be just David in a niqab if you don't want a woman to do it. I've had people volunteer, said, hey, my daughter will do it. And I'm like, I don't know. That doesn't mean that you're, it's, it's funny that I'm actually, like, I don't want a 9-year-old girl to do something that she might regret or change her mind about later. But that's like the opposite of the mindset of the Dawa guys, right? It's like, no, she's 9, just do it. Doesn't matter if she's going to change her mind later. Too late, girl. Your parents decided when you were 6.
No, I think Elle could do it totally.
Yeah, if you're playing an adult Aisha, that might actually work.
Yeah.
Here we have the narcissist Rebecca. It's only 3 years old, saying, new profile pic, compliments welcome. Some people constantly crave attention. That's why they come on YouTube. If the unbelievers covered their ears and ran away, then Mo, angry Arabic, peace be upon him, from Prophet Tales, must have had the Ali D voice and chanted like hijab. The unbelievers covered their ears. Yeah. Hey, that would be funny. So Muslims think that like the unbelievers had to cover their ears lest the power of the Quran penetrate their hearts and so on. It would make sense if they were reciting it like Ali Dawa, right? Like, that's awful. You see, it's the power of the Quran, and it's just Ali Dawa reading it.
That makes sense. Somebody asked. People were asking about Prophet Tales earlier, and I basically answered that. Occasionally when it came up, maybe I should just make a post about it. But I just didn't want to make an official statement about it, if you can call that. But it is kind of the whole thing has been basically canceled because the very person that I made the Prophet Tales with and that I was planning on making it with was Saiten, who also made those very funny videos. Mm-hmm. And he was very eager to make more of those videos with me. Had lots of ideas. At some point, he stopped responding to me. And then I found out why. Apparently, he also unfollowed me on Twitter. Oh. And then I saw what kind of people he's following and what kind of stuff he's reposting. And he's basically just reposting Groiper neo-Nazi stuff, talking about how the Jews are evil and things like that. So I don't know. Very, very weird person who apparently, instead of telling me directly, hey, I don't want to work with you anymore because you like Jews, you protect Jews, and I hate them.
Shame on you.
He decided to block or just not communicate with me anymore. So unfortunately, the guy is very creative and very funny, but also seems to have some very very insane ideas. And it goes further than that. When I looked at his profile, he also doubts things like the shape of the earth, the existence of diseases, and things like that. So yeah, unfortunate. Have to reshape it if I want to continue that sometime in the future.
Huh. So that's interesting. Notice the Groipers ruin everything.
Yeah.
Jew hatred ruins everything, folks. You just saw it. Oh, we like Prophet Tales. No, because we can't allow anything that has anything to do with a person who doesn't hate Jews. Groipers ruin everything, man. Mike Winger, wasn't he a psychopath who possessed blah, 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 blah? Dad's hat. Sounds like you're talking about someone else there. Bad idea.
Yeah.
Lol, amateur hour. I thought YouTube took you down. I tagged you AP on another X. Who's this? Michelle Moffat. You've been tagged.
I've been tagged.
Can transgender or non-binary dimmies give jizya? That is a good question. Hey, Fareed. Can transgender or non-binary dhimmis give jizya to their Muslim leaders? We kind of want to know. Hi, guys. Looking forward to tonight's show. If I may, Elle posted a request to help a Christian single mom. Maybe worth a look? Yes, that's a good idea. And someone there verified that is indeed a real person. And not a scam. In other words, it's someone that we know knows. Michelle Moffat says, Sunan Ibn Majah Here you go, AP. You got to look up Sunan Ibn Majah 2561. Says that's something queers for Palestine should learn.
Based. Whoever you find doing the action of the people of
Lot.
Kill the one who does it and the one to whom it is done. So this is an instruction on killing people who do gay stuff. So that's that.
Hey, looks like now we're having comments from people who actually just watched the video. Hilarious was that method acting. No. That would be messed up for what?
It was just brilliant acting.
Yeah, it was just phenomenal acting.
Yeah.
Vocab's actually fun because once the camera starts rolling, he like changes and gets this burst of energy because it's every time I'm trying to adjust the mic and I'll say, okay, yell as loud as you're going to yell so I can make sure that it's not peaking with that. And he'll go, okay, Allahu Akbar. He'll say it. And then as soon as it's action, he's like 3 times louder than he is. He's just, I don't know, he gets this burst of energy and stuff. But
it's so funny. He's such a calm, such a quiet person. I remember the first day that I met there. He's like he's just sitting there quietly, not talking, just sitting there and smiling and all that, not saying much. And that's how he usually is, like just moving around quite slowly. And it's like, hey, how you doing? And then once you start recording, he suddenly goes crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. And I talked to one of his family members. A little while back, I guess about a week ago or something like that. And he said, oh, and because I mentioned that, and he goes, oh, Vocab's always been like that. Because Vocab's always been like that. As soon as there's a camera or he's on stage, he gets like, he changes and stuff. So anyway, cool stuff.
It's good.
Uh-oh. I was watching this. Then my parents walked in and I switched the tab to porn because it was easier to explain.
This is a meme that I have seen before, but it's still a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And we have Jizya. You knew it was coming. Yeah, there's no way to avoid that, right? It's like they're. Yeah. Anyway, there's no way to avoid certain things. AP lips look like he's been fish poisoned. Yeah, it was funny. You had to actually, they had to touch up your lipstick during the thing. Like, you need to freshen up your lipstick. You're like, huh?
Much credit here to in the chat, DC Isaac Caitlin. She was she did our makeup. She worked on mine pretty intensely, and it turned out very well. So she came up with the whole design of giving me the gay look, and also David very much. And she was there throughout the whole thing and gave us ideas. She also added a few ideas to the script. And
yeah,
also
she's the one who tossed in. They're trying to put the gay in Gabriel by making him like Muhammad's scapegoat for everything that D is doing to him.
Yeah, and she gave us ideas. She gave me ideas on how to act more gay and more feminine. And she had some, and it was hilarious because during the recording, she's standing there next to her tune, and occasionally she's just losing it, but as quietly as possible. But she was very helpful, so shout out.
Yeah. Oh, I had a different thing. So you had to freshen up your lipstick. I couldn't get the lipstick off. So she had that tub of like goop that gets rid of makeup, and it did. The makeup just went right off, except the lipstick. I don't know. I guess it's different because it's on your lips and it needs to last longer, something like that. Anyway, so there was this goop that loosens up the makeup, and then there are these wipes that you wipe it all off. Did not work. Did not work on the lipstick. So when I got to the hotel, I'm like, I can't walk around like this and wait for it to wear off, and it won't wash off. I tried repeatedly washing it off. It didn't work. So I just grabbed a washcloth and I like started scrubbing my lips like crazy until it was all off. And then as soon as I tried to drink water, it was like my lips were burnt. I rubbed all the skin on my lips to get the stuff off. So anyway, to this day, I still do not know how to get lipstick off. I don't know if that was a special kind of lipstick or if that's just normal lipstick, but yours was coming right up because they had to freshen up. Mine would not come off no matter what.
Yeah. So after we were done, I just took everything off, went to the bathroom, washed my face intensely and brutally as if I was killing a person. And then I looked at myself in the mirror and it was all gone. So, yeah.
Okay, so weird stuff. Mine was like on there with a Sharpie. I need to do a production ritual from Torah. No. No, thank you. Robin Hood says, I give the Boom Boom Room video 6 stars out of 5, literally laughing out loud. That's good. That's good.
That's good. That's good.
The most gay button slap. Yeah, again, that was vocab. We'll watch it again. We'll kind of pause it for the various things. I'll tell you which lines came from where. Several of the lines in there, some of you may remember, I posted a community post in a couple different spots, and I said, hey, is there anything we should include in this? And probably 10 or 12 of the jokes that were in there actually were suggestions from people who were left a comment and said, hey, why don't you do this? And those ended up in there. So I'll point out where those were. Let's see. Respect for all those citations. Dawa guys sad now. Yeah, I like having the citations up on the screen and people start using those. AP did a little too well, though.
That's funny.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Pure cinema, true cinema. That's as real as cinema gets. Imagine if we had like a studio and we just like every night like we just wrote an episode of the Boom Boom Room every day and every day is a new episode or something. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
We should just say screw it, cancel everything else and just do Muhammad's Boom Boom Room and like just new episode every day. If that's all we were doing, we could come up with a new episode every day. I mean, imagine and then we wouldn't do it forever. Just do it for a year. And then you got hundreds of episodes and then we can focus on other things.
Or I want to believe that this is just something that we're doing out of necessity and never again. So,
indeed. Love it. Good. Vocab makes a really good Muhammad. He's the best. I was just talking about this, like in terms of, I mean, I don't know, but to me, it kind of seems like divine providence. I get an idea for a character. I don't know anyone else is going to do it except Vocab. He's kind of down for anything. So I'm like, hey, Vocab, how about you play Muhammad? And he just happens to be like the ultimate perfect Muhammad. Like you could line up every person in the world, every actor. I do not believe that anyone else would do that like that way, that perfectly as Vocab. So. Anyway, like, what are the odds? What are the odds that just random? Okay, this is a guy who would do it, and he's like the perfect Prophet Muhammad. Pretty cool. Notice AP got real quiet once I talked about divine providence.
Yeah. Yes.
We got that was amazing. 10 out of 10. One of us from the The one of us chant has been, that started in the movie Freaks. And in the movie, it's like the evil people are trying to take advantage of like circus freaks and so on. And the freaks are actually trying to be nice and be friends with the I don't know what the girl's name is or whatever. She's trying to, one of them is inheriting a bunch of money. She's trying to take the money and they're trying to get along with the people who are trying to rob them and so on. They start singing, we're going to make you one of us. And that's when the lady's drunk and she flips out. And then, anyway, they end up, doing something.
Which old movie? When is that from?
That's like 1928, man. Freaks. That's what started, but it ended up in a bunch of other things. Like, I don't know which cartoon, but I've seen it somewhere. I've seen it in a YouTube clip of a cartoon. It's one of those like Family Guy type shows or something like that. I've seen them do it. I've seen it in a clip from Wolf of Wall Street where they were talking about a little person and so on. And they start going, one of us. So anyway, that's a thing that's been around for a while.
This is so funny. The cover of it is can a full-grown woman truly love a midget?
That's not what it's about.
What?
That's messed up that they do that. But she's trying to scam the dude because he's inheriting a bunch of money.
Okay.
And then they get their revenge. Because she's like poisoning him and stuff like that to get the money. And then the other again, it's about circus freaks. They called them freaks back then. But they all rally around and I forget, they make her drink something. They turn her into a duck woman. They turn her into a duck freak. And so that was their revenge. Let's see. Fab Boom Boom Room. It was super cool meeting everyone at the conference. AP, thank you so much for the autograph and video for my kid. He was thrilled. You made a video for someone's kid?
Oh yeah. I
Was
did.
it like
I did.
happy? It was like, hi, so and so.
Yeah, it was a video of me being very nice, which I usually am not, and then saying things like based. It was nice. It was very nice meeting you guys. Very, very nice meeting you guys.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah,
pleasure.
that was cool. Either D Wood is super lazy or he is the most humble man, as he pointed us to help Vocab with his computer situation while he has a computer from the 1830s. No, I have a laptop that's totally tricked out. I had a very old desktop computer because the only thing I used to edit on, I used to do stuff on it, but now I would only use it for live streaming. So I'm like, I'm not going to get a new tricked out computer just for live streaming. As long as it still functions, I'll stick with that one. Then I came back from the conference and it was dead. It had a big circle through it. So yeah, I just ordered a new one. I did get a tricked out desktop. I got a Mac Studio. So it's for turning this into a studio, which will be happening in the very near future. There will be other people in here. And anyway, the guy at the Mac store said, "Yeah, you need this. It can handle basically multiple cameras, multiple mics, all that stuff in the same." That my old desktop definitely would. It worked for live streaming that we did. It would not have worked for bigger stuff or having multiple people or multiple cameras and stuff in there. So anyway, I did order a giant new one. Yes, it did crush me. Well, I had some money set aside for some other projects, and then I used all that money for the computer. So now I have to worry about those other. We'll have to figure something out for those other projects coming on, which you'll be seeing very soon. And some of them are years in the making. But we've got some good stuff. Maybe a certain epic rap battle that epic rap battles of history did not want to do because they don't want to get their heads chopped off. But maybe we've got the lyrics written out for that. Maybe we're about to go to a Grammy-nominated studio and record the rap battle, maybe. And then maybe we're going to need a awesome music video for the showdown. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Maybe. Caitlin DC Isaac says, David, I'm sorry for putting the hooker lipstick on you. So.
Oh yeah, no, I legitimately want to know. Like, if she put lipstick on both of us. Yours came right off. Mine, I had to scrub mine off with basically the equivalent of sandpaper to get it off. So I don't know if that's like in those commercials or something like this. Nothing will get rid of it. You can smooch all the guys you want, and nothing will remove this lipstick. And then.
I never heard such a commercial.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be something like that. Thanks from me and my husband for creating and providing such great content, David. Thanks what you do. Thanks for what you contribute to the kingdom and for using the gifts God gave you in such a unique way. AP, you are the bomb. AP, you the bomb.
I am.
Muhammad's the bomb.
Yeah.
This is a good episode. This is a good episode, but your Joker is absolutely the best. Yeah, I crushed the Joker. The only problem there was it was over 20 minutes. It was 20-some minutes long. When we started making Boom Boom Rooms again, I told Vocab, I said, this one problem we have is we think we have to include like every joke that can be made, and we're ending up with longer and longer episodes, and then it takes longer and longer to record them and longer to edit them and stuff, and it's making it impossible. Let's try and keep them shorter. Because this one, Muhammad Beats Queers for Palestine, I mean, we could have gone on for an hour with various jokes on that one.
Yeah, when you did Joker, that was just that's natural because you have the same personality as the Joker. So
yeah, that was funny. I didn't even like practice. There's various voices that I have. There's various people like that I imitated throughout my life and so on, but not the Joker. I just first line on the screen, I spit it, and Vocab's like, "Wow, that was great." Oh, okay, well, that's cool. Yeah. Let's see, a couple more. Let's see. I literally cannot wait to see the Muslim community's reaction to this. I will be dancing in glee. Yeah, so again, I'm going to have some more edits. One more time, if you came in late, if you see any, I didn't catch any problems, like AP had some suggestions and so on. I saw a couple things where I want another cutaway to another person because one thing's going on too long, stuff like that. And I know some things I want to add on the screen, like the joke about Honorable Muhammad. I wanted to say on the screen Honorable Muhammad, but Muhammad with an O, and therefore when it gets crossed out, you can actually see where homo is coming from. So stuff like that I want to put on the screen. I'll probably put our character names Gayvid and Gay P on at the beginning because I'm not sure if you catch it. You might think, in other words, you might think I said David instead of Gayvid and so on. So I probably put some of that stuff up on the screen. But yeah, any editing changes you want me to make, let me know.
Let's do that.
And we have Momo the Chomo, that limp-wristed detonation with the Quran. With the Quran being quoted the whole time, this must go viral. Islam can't survive such mockery, and the cult of personality of Momo more specifically can't survive this satire. Hilarious. Yeah. I've often wanted to go back and read an article that I wrote in like 2003. And in like 2003, I said what the internet is going to do to Islam now that the leaders can't keep their people insulated from hearing responses to their stupid arguments. And now that they can't keep people insulated from finding out what's in their sources, I said it's going to destroy it. They're going to say a flood of apostates. 2003, ladies and gentlemen, D. Wood said it. Gooba Gobble, an homage to the 1932 movie Freaks. Yeah, and it's appeared in a bunch of things that I've seen. I don't even watch much TV. I see YouTube clips, and I've seen it in multiple YouTube clips. So it is a famous scene that AP wants removed from this video because he doesn't understand it or its historical significance. He's basically saying that
remove it now.
He doesn't
right
care.
Now.
He doesn't care what various circus freaks have gone through.
Yeah.
Sick.
Totally sick.
Islam a religion of 8-piece family bucket? This chicken. AP twirling his feather boa. Oh, you have no idea. I should just release the full like hour unedited footage and stuff like this of AP. AP was really getting into it. And there were some scenes where like the best take that we had, I didn't use because like his hat would go flying off. He's moving around so much and so on. And so for continuity purposes, the next scene he has his hat on. So I can't use that one. I have to use the other one. But yeah, there's stuff like that. AP was really into character.
At some point, I was hitting David in the face with that, and he was like, stop hitting me in the face.
That was fun. Well done, gross but very witty. I don't know if I'd call it witty. I vote for a dance remix of Gooble Gobble. Yeah, I'm wondering if Sal made the beat for me. So Sal's channel. Yeah, I messaged Sal and said, hey, give me a beat for the background of jizz. Yeah, jizz. Yeah, he likes to get paid in jizz. Yeah, so he gave me a beat. But yeah, I don't know if there may be remixes. I don't know. That's up to these guys. We have several people who make songs and take words and put beats on them. So there's the Spin and Remixes channel. There's Sal, a couple others, and so on. But yeah, anyone who wants to take any of that and remix it, that's what our stuff is there for. Make Muhammad meets Mike Winger. I've actually thought about that. Just thought about like either Mike Winger sits down and he's just sitting there, and then Muhammad looks over and looks at the camera and just blows him up, or Mike Winger sits down and he's there and he's just talking about Star Trek stuff the entire time, and Muhammad gets really bored and then blows him up. But yeah, it'll happen at some point. As someone who specifically asked for a boom boom room like this one, thanks, by the way, for the next one. How about Muhammad meets Mary and she says she's not 12? Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah, she could expose all the Dawa clowns as liars. Hey, D. Wood and AP, what camera and editor do you guys use?
Yes.
Do you not want to answer?
Do you mean for the episode or what, or generally? I'm using to film and to live stream a Canon EOS M50. That's what I use, and I usually edit on Premiere Pro. That's what I do.
Yeah, for this, I actually have a Canon Vixia camcorder plugged in. When I record my regular videos, I use a Panasonic GH5 for editing. And for all you people who are YouTubers out there, and or you want to be, you don't want to get started on YouTube, the vast majority of my videos were made on the easiest program there is, which is iMovie, which comes with every Apple device. It's just because normally I just have video and then I have one layer of like a slide or a graphic or something like that. And that's basically what you can do, the extent of what you can do in iMovie. So it's just really simple. It does very little, but it's all I need for most videos. If I need to do something fancier, then I use Final Cut. So iMovie or Final Cut. Take a couple more super chats, and then should we watch Apostate of Allah's video first and then go to the replay and get feedback on the video?
We should do that.
Okay. Muke Mecca. I don't know what muking is.
Yeah, don't muke anything. Yeah.
What is the best video? Here's a good question, AP. What is the best first video to show to a Muslim friend? I want to know if there is a gentler introduction to the basic arguments for someone who isn't up to date on the current state of the debate. You have any ideas there?
That's a very, very good question. I don't know.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've got videos that I think are good and where I'm not being mean and so on, but I probably wouldn't, if you've got some nice Muslim friend or something like that, I probably wouldn't start with my videos at all, like anything, even if I'm not being a jerk and so on. We might need at some point, yeah, so it's got to be someone else's video. I'm trying to think. We'll have to think about that. That'd be a good one. But we might need.
Why I'm ripping up the Quran video would be a very good introduction.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm thinking, AP, what we might need to do is make a video script specifically for that sort of situation, and then have someone else do it on their channel for someone who's much nicer and therefore less likely to get derailed by your antics.
Yeah. I would say I do have some videos that are that I think are good and not provocative, like how Islam got Jesus completely wrong, which is something I would recommend because I think it addresses how Islam is very fundamentally flawed in a very serious way. And I don't think it includes much mockery. But yeah, this is a good question to actually get into.
Yeah, no, I have lots of videos that I would recommend as far as I'm not mocking and so on. So like my Islamic Dilemma video, or going through every Quran verse that mentions the gospel. Some of the things like that are good. It's just as soon as if you send them the link, other videos are going to pop up, and it's going to be AP dressed as Queers for Palestine. That's what they're going to see pop up next.
That's beast.
Which is fine if you know the person. You know the person is going to still be able to understand the content and not lose their mind and freak out and not watch anything after. But that's good. In other words, it's going to depend on the person. So if you know the person, you know they've got some thick skin and so on. Yeah, start sending them our videos and so on. If it's someone you're kind of trying to be careful with, we'll have to think about what other way to go there. All right,
Paul,
we ready to check out a video here? We have more super chats. We know we're gonna get back to those, but we did want to check out Apostate of Allah's video. Apostate of Allah's video on why she left Islam. I have not watched this. You shared it. Did you watch it or did you share it?
I only watched bits of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Aha! I haven't seen 1 second of it. So let's check it out.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Apostate of Allah.
What?
So you're playing something without even knowing what it contains?
Yeah. Why? Is there something in here I need to be aware of?
What if there's totally inappropriate stuff in this video?
Yeah. If there's one thing we don't want in this live stream, it's inappropriate material. Apostate of Allah, is there anything we need to worry about here popping up in this video? Just so you know, the bar is the Muhammad Meets Queers for Palestine video we just watched. So is anything going to be more extreme than that in terms of rhetoric or graphics or anything? Language? Are you aware of anything, AP?
Probably a lot of bad stuff, but yeah, let's just go into it.
Let's check it out.
Worst case, channel will get deleted.
Yeah, it's the worst case.
This video in particular is going to be a slightly different video on why one leaves Islam and becomes something else. In this case, in my case, a Christian. So this video is not going to be about how I left Islam and how I acknowledge Jesus Christ as being my Lord and my Savior, going and how my walk with the Lord. That's for another time, Lord willing.
Hey, she follows Jesus now, AP.
Based.
Jake's going to make a video. Hey, AP had to sit through this video where a woman says that she left Islam and didn't become an atheist. She became a Christian. Why hasn't AP made a video condemning her for not becoming an atheist? Huh? Why is that? We don't know.
AP not publicly explaining how he feels about this? Does he feel very, very bad? Is he devastated about this? We are all curious. We are all wondering. Why is there no public explanation to this? Man,
Wow.
This video is going to be about the perspective of Islam and what Islam teaches and why people become Muslim apostates. And yes, the Quran does teach this. It does. And Muslims, don't be on the comment section saying I'm lying. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. Anyways, what inspired this was comments in the comment section saying how I'm gonna burn and blah 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 and how I've been led astray and all the 9 yards. And one in particular comment was like, don't think you left Islam left you.
Powerful.
We always hear you say that.
Yeah. Because it's I heard it so many times from Muslims, and it's just every single time it's as ridiculous as it was when I heard it for the first time. That just became a joke, but they keep still saying it.
What's funny is when you make a joke out of it, people don't always understand that you're joking because they don't know. And so then when someone leaves atheism, you'll say, she didn't leave atheism. Atheism left her. And people be like, oh, look, AP's so butthurt. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do when we make fun of stuff and like 30% of people don't understand that we're making fun of something. Anyway, I don't know.
We don't make fun of things.
We're just gonna have to stop and be super serious all the time.
That gave me pause. I was like, according to Islamic perspective, he's not wrong. Mr. Muslim is actually right.
Mr. Muslim.
That gave birth to the idea of this video.
Hey, I like that when she quoted the comment actually had an accent. Like she spoke in an accent talking about reading a comment.
That's funny.
That's funny.
So I'm going to share 2 verses of the Quran. And I'm going to compare it. I'm going to compare the God of Islam to the true God. The God of the Bible. The true triune God of the Bible.
You see AP's eyes get big. What? There is no true God. There's only Dawkins. There's only Dawkins.
What do you mean, true God?
Only Dawkins. There is no God.
It's Richard Dawkins.
There is no God. There is only Dawkins.
Powerful.
So, here we go. Surah 6, 125. So, whoever Allah wants to guide, He expands His breast to contain Islam.
Zabubas.
And whoever He wants to send astray, He makes His breast tight and constricted, as though He were...
Could we not say breasts? We have to say zabubas.
Yeah.
Zabubas.
Zabubas.
It's inappropriate for a live stream of this nature.
Tight and constricted, as though He were climbing into the sky. Thus does Allah place defilement upon those who do not believe. chapter 28, verse 56. You surely...
Hey, Apostate of Allah. I'm sure you caught it after you edited it and posted it and stuff like that. But yeah, there was kind of a fade out. So whatever program you're using, it may have a kind of an automatic setting that it kind of fades out audio or something like that. So you might need to adjust that so that it didn't do that, because it kind of faded out at the end of what you were saying.
You cannot guide whoever you like, O Prophet, but it is Allah who guides whoever He wills, and He knows best who are fit to be guided. Now let's read through some verses of the Bible.
You see this ex-Muslim.
This is Jesus speaking.
Ex-Muslim is pretending is acting like he's exposing Islam, but this is the hikmah of Allah. This is how Allah humiliates these ex-Muslims by making them recite the Quran for everyone to hear. As a result of this, everyone watching this will become a Muslim, inshallah.
Oh, did you see? I posted the clips of Jake, and I said powerful words, and it was just him telling everyone to pray in the name of Jesus. Good stuff. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Jake. You guys give us endless entertainment and endless stuff for live streams.
John 10:28. I give them eternal life, and they will never perish, and no one will snatch them out of my hand. Romans 8:1. There is therefore now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. And finally, Romans 8:38-39. For I am sure that neither death nor life, nor angels nor rulers, nor things present nor things to come, nor powers, nor height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus, our Lord. Were you able to notice a major difference? The difference of the God of...
What'd you say? What a perfect spot to freeze that. Look at that. No, there's your thumbnail. There's your thumbnail. If you want people to click, they'll think, she's enraged about something. High emotion makes people click. What's that?
I shared this video because I thought it's an ex-Muslim video that promotes atheism. I didn't know it promotes Christianity. I didn't mean to do that.
You see, AP accidentally ends up spreading the gospel. And it's funny because a Christian will look at that and say, you see, but a Muslim will look at that and say, you see, he's a secret Christian. Why else would he be sharing this?
A Christian will say, you see, and the Muslim will say, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Were you able to notice a major difference?
Yes.
The difference of the God of the Quran and the God of the Bible.
Yes.
The true God and the false God.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Notice
the based and the
Quran,
baseless.
Chapter 6, 125, it says, whoever he wants to send astray.
Based.
And how he also talks about those who he's talking to Muhammad, saying you can't lead anybody to the straight path and whatnot. But how Allah chooses those who he sees fit. Not everybody is free to go to Allah. So he discards those and he sends them astray.
He throws them in the trash.
Those he sees is not good enough.
Yeah.
So, according to the Quran, when you come to an apostate and see a Muslim apostate, why you get mad at them for? This is Allah's doing. Get mad at Allah. And how do you know you're not next? Yeah. How do you know that Allah is going to be like, look at you and be like, you're not fit. I'm going to send him astray. Yeah. He's not a consistent God. He's not a God to trust.
He's a cringe God.
Mm-hmm. How do you know Muslim?
Yeah, this was actually... This isn't just, us poking at Islam and stuff like this. This became such an issue, like Allah's inconsistency and bragging about being the best of deceivers and so on. That Abu Bakr, the first of the rightly guided caliphs, Muhammad's father-in-law and so on, Abu Bakr said, if I had 1 foot in paradise, I would still fear Allah's deception.
Beast.
Like, that's how bad it was. Like, knowing what kind of God I worship and what kind of God Muhammad has preached to me, keep in mind, Abu Bakr was one of a handful of people that Muhammad guaranteed would be in paradise. There were other people like, hey, if you die in battle, then you're good to go and so on. Everyone else, he said, I do not know what Allah is going to do with you. There were a handful of people that he guaranteed would be in paradise. The fact that Abu Bakr, even after that, would say, if I had 1 foot in paradise, I would still think, hey, I'm walking in there, I see all these little virgins and stuff. Oh, they're all waiting for me. They're all calling out to me, come, we're here for you, Abu Bakr. Deflower us. We want you to deflower us. He's saying, I would still be worried. I've got 1 foot in here. I'd still be worried that Allah's going to go, psych, smack me aside and send me to hell. That's how capricious this God is. It messed up people who are among the greatest and most respected of Muslims were terrified that he's just messing with them. Anyway, she's correct here.
That you're not next, and how Allah won't lead you astray, just like he's leading millions of other people astray from Islam. Many of which, to the glory of God, is going to the true God, the God of the Bible.
Beast.
And now we see, according to the Bible, what God says. We have Jesus giving us and telling us those who come to him, they have eternal life. There's a confidence in our salvation. That he will never leave us nor forsake us.
Powerful.
Turn to Jesus. Mm-hmm. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
Yeah. Everyone who's listening right now, pay attention to these words. Everyone, not just Muslims.
You don't never have to worry about God sending you astray after coming. He doesn't turn anybody. See, the Quran tells you about how Allah leads astray those he doesn't see fit.
Powerful.
According to the Bible, we're all not fit. We're all sinners.
Beast.
Yet God loved us enough to send his son to die on the cross.
Beast.
So that we can be reconciled to him.
Powerful.
Unlike in Islam where he just sends people astray and you could have no confidence in your salvation, once you become a Christian and you trust and acknowledge Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you can be completely and utterly secure in your salvation. And not only are your sins all forgiven, the Father looks at you the same way he looks at his son Jesus.
Powerful.
Hey, you know what's funny here? So
what?
We said yesterday that we'd check out one of Apostate of Allah's videos. And then I was going to go to her channel to pick one, but then you shared one. And then the one you shared was this one. So I was like, oh, okay, AP shared this one. I'll use it. And then this is straight preaching, but it's because you picked this one. Isn't that weird?
It's a miracle.
Hey. So AP decided to share a video, and then it turned out to have all this Christian preaching in it. And he hasn't made a video responding to how this makes him feel. Why is that, huh? Why is that? Now I want to make drama. Now I want to make dumb drama videos just to make fun of those guys. What's that?
We're all waiting for a response. We're all curious. Why has AP not responded to this yet?
Mm-hmm. Is he hiding something? What is he hiding?
Has he been told not to talk about this?
Has she told him that he'll be murdered if he says anything?
We are reconciled with God, no more separated from him.
Beast.
We can now call God our Father.
Yeah.
You can't do that in Islam.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Is having a relationship with Islam is like having a relationship with an abusive spouse.
An abusive slave master.
And a lot of you Muslims are acting like the wife in the relationship.
Ooh.
Who's like, she's being abused. She's obviously not in the wrong and she's suffering, but she's still making excuses.
What? What are you laughing at?
What's
a good analogy. What's up?
I'm just thinking of the perspective of somebody like Mohammed Hijab. They would probably, in response to this, completely ignore the actual point and be like, "Whoa, I'm not a woman. How dare you compare me to a wife?"
What? What a woman? You're a weakling. You're a woman. You're not me. Yeah, I's not the woman. I's got my wife over there. She be learning her ABCs, yeah, on the whiteboard, and we proud of that.
Alhamdulillah.
Hey, who is that? Lloyd gifted 10 Apologetics Roadshow memberships. Thank you, sir. All right, here's the end
A
of
wife
this.
who needs to be freed. That's what you are in an abusive relationship.
She just
between
compared
you
all Muslims
and a God who doesn't
to
even
abused
exist.
wives.
It's Satan at the end of the day.
Shocking. Christian says all Muslims are abused wives.
That's not true. It's not true.
Repent.
We can
and
refute
believe
that.
the gospel. Leave Islam. Run.
Run
you
for
don't
your
know
life.
whether or not you're next anyway. Leave the false religion that gives you no security to the true faith that gives you freedom and security and love and grace and mercy.
True story.
Bye, guys.
You've been humiliated in your face, David. In your face.
Yes, I agree. Muslims and atheists were just humiliated.
You've been humiliated in your face.
So link to Apostate of Allah's channel is in the description box. So, yep, good video. You can see why she shot up to 3,600 or 3,800, whatever it was, pretty quickly.
I must say, it's not the worst video I've seen in my life. Yeah.
Thank you, AP, for recommending that video so that we watched it here, so that everyone who's watching just saw it, and everyone who watches afterwards has seen it. And it's like a breath of fresh air after watching the Boom Boom Room.
Yeah.
It's true.
Our souls have been cleansed after being exposed to that wickedness of the Boom Boom Room.
The wickedness. Hey, thanks, Lloyd, for 10 memberships. I think that's another one. All right, let's take some super chats, and then we'll watch the video again, except pausing for some things and anything that needs to be changed. This will be the time to inform me, because I will be.
I don't think we need to watch it again. I think it's pretty obvious at this point. I think people should just leave anything that they want to say about it into the comments, and then you'll publish it anyway. Yeah.
If you don't want to be part of it, I want to tell people the background stuff and which people here actually contributed to lines and so on, so they know. If you don't want to be a part of that, you can dip out. But this is a party. It's a party. And there are people who contributed probably 10 to 12 of the jokes in that video. They're watching this live stream right now going, hey, that was me. And I can actually acknowledge them. AP, no, don't. Just say it somewhere else.
Say it in the comment section. I don't care. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, here's a good point. AP, constantly screaming and throwing violent tantrums because his wife converted. Atheist. D. Wood, tastefully mutes the stream for a minute, granting us serene peace. Christian, draw your own conclusions.
That's a good point.
That would have really been hilarious if we just kept up for like 20 minutes, not realizing that we were muted.
Yeah.
Because apparently the default is that it's muted, and I had made it so that that's not the default at some point. But yeah, so anyway, got to mess around with this thing. Definitely got to mess around with this thing. Next time I'll do it before I go live. His resting constipation face, Jake the Muslim metaphysician, Oh, Jake the Muslim Metamucil, and he seems to be obsessed with gossip, drama, and they are jealous because AP's wife has freedom. Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny? Like, these guys are complaining about other people. Like, dude, you've got issue, and you're going to focus on trying to figure out drama?
Yeah.
Figure out how to not look perpetually constipated.
How did AP allow her wife to convert to Christianity?
How did he
Why
not
did
beat
he
her?
not take this into his own hands? Why is he not taking proper care of his possessions?
Daniel will make a video, and you see, this is why that we need to beat our wives, or this will happen, and the women will make their decisions for themselves. You see, this is what you get, AP. This is what you get. Now, more child marriage.
Next thing you know, if you don't control your wives, they will end up making OnlyFans videos. See?
Muhammad I for the straight guy. Let's see. The couple name thing could be used for the Muhammad and Diha pair. Muhammad. Oh, they do like Brangelina or something like that. They combine the names. So Muhammad and Diha could be Muhammad Diha. It sounds like Ahmadiyya. Muhammadiyya.
It does sound like that. Yeah.
It does. Benny says, consummating marriage with minors without causing harm, they can only justify this, Muhammad the Prophet, Hakikachu, and Muhammad Hijab, that they have a micro-pecker. That's their only escape route. That should be their new defense. But Muhammad's pee-pee was so small, he couldn't have injured Aisha. You see?
Yeah.
This is the proof.
Yeah, and the fact that Microsoft became so popular nowadays just shows the truth of Islam once again.
Alhamdulillah. Idea. Homo Momo meets the Dawa guys, asking them on their progress on world conquest. They are proud of their work. Next scene, he finds out how successful they are and explodes at them literally. Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, these are the guys, like, this is the generation of, like, making the dumbest choices ever and causing the avalanche to accelerate.
I still think we need to have a video on Shaky Booty. Maybe I need to talk to him about this, but Shaky Booty reacting to the news that not David Wood, that Andrew Tate is now the new face of Islam, and that Muslims brag about converting him to Islam. And we have to have Shaky Booty reacting to that.
Would he be upset about it, or would he be happy?
He would initially approach the situation like, oh, okay, yeah, new brother, yeah, he's okay, yeah, give him time, yes, of course, he's going to change, and we will allow this, of course, this is what we do. And then he will increasingly be told about the things that he is still doing and saying, and the things that he's done and said, and eventually Shaky Booty is like, okay, I'm
Hey, you should try and reconcile them for like the first 20 things. And then he posted this picture. And then he claimed to be God. Oh, well, he's a new believer. But then he claimed to be God again. Yeah, well, sometimes it takes a while to learn. And then he said he's Lord and Savior. And yeah, well, fortunately people need to correct him. Okay, but after correcting him, you did it again. Here's that sort of thing.
Man.
Wow. What a winner that guy is. Fabulous. Yeah, that's what I said. Have you guys ever reacted to the clip of Cliff Knechtl explaining to a Muslim that Jesus and Muhammad disagree on things, so they can't both be right, and the guy just can't wrap his head around Muhammad being fallible?
Yeah, David doesn't know who Cliff Knechtl is for some reason. Although all Christians have to know each other, he doesn't know, which just calls into question David's commitment to Christianity and Christians. He is a Christian apologist and preacher and debater, but no, I haven't seen it.
Might be something to watch if it's explaining something and the guy not being able to get his head around the issue here, or only finding out about this for the first time.
That'll be interesting.
Idea. Homo Momo meets Farfour and his biggest fan. Who's Farfour's biggest fan? Ali Dawah? He's got to do the voice.
Farfour and is his biggest fan.
Okay. You see, David can't even read. He's stupid. How can you trust him on anything?
You see, this is the proof that everything he said so far is completely wrong.
I still need to find out where Chloe got the authentic Farfour look costume. It looked like the real Farfour, which I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it any. It's easy to find. It's easy to find mouse costumes, Mickey Mouse costumes, all that stuff. But that one looked like the real Farfour.
Hey, Chloe, where did you find that? Let us know.
Yeah, send me an email. Bible study went late, and I just tuned in. Looks like you're about to rewatch and spoil the whole thing for me. So I'm going to have to start at the beginning and just be way behind. I'm sure it's awesome. Yeah, it is. God bless your families. Thank you. Always good to No, it's not. Always good to see you, brothers. Very funny. Yep, that's what we do. Lloyd here. If AP becomes a Christian, are the Christians in the chat allowed to chant "One of us, one of us"? Yes. When AP becomes a Christian, we'll have a big "One of us" chorus. Gooba gobble, gooba gobble. Emmanuel says, God bless you, brother. Do you still bring ex-Muslim to share their testimony on your channel? Would love to share my story as an ex-Muslim and veteran, one of the OGs that came to Christ in 2003, been following you since 2005. That is, if you go to the Answering Islam website, so answeringislam.net, answeringislam.net, and go to authors, I'm one of the people on there. You can get my email. But yeah, if you want to, we should start doing that, AP. We should start getting more. Oh, yeah, we were just talking about, since next month is, what is it, Apostate Day or something? The 22nd?
Yeah.
Hug an apostate day or hug an ex-Muslim day or something like that?
Yeah.
But yeah, send me a message. We should do it. We shall do it. Mohammed Ijab did a tour of Ireland. He's definitely getting around.
What? Ireland? Did you go there because there's the big... because there has been a pro-Palestine sentiment, and he's like, oh, this is a good potential. I have to go to Ireland.
He just goes to all these places, riles up the youth, so that they become future jihadis while he lives in comfort and safety. He's doing the same thing that's like Hamas guys do. They want everyone else to do the fighting. Meanwhile, they don't have to do all that stuff, but they inspire other people to do it. I think he's going that route. So Mohammed Ijab did a tour of Ireland. None of the venues replied to my question why they hosted a hate preacher in the land of Guinness and pork rashers.
That's very Islamophobic.
Well, fortunately, Sarah, soon Ireland may go full Sharia compliant, like KFC can. And then you won't have to think about that anymore. How much do you think polygamy attributes to Islam's growth?
Not very much nowadays.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, it's not very popular and very common and commonly practiced around the world in today's time due to modernizations and Western influence, which pretty much curbed the practice of polygamy, but it's still found somewhere here and there. But yeah, it's not that big of a factor.
Yeah, so as far as the impact, as far as the things that have an impact on the rapid growth of Islam, it is birth rates. And polygamy plays some role, just a smaller role, not nearly as much as Islam's impact on women and girls. The bigger impact is on women and girls, meaning that there are places where, in the Muslim world where women go and get careers and stuff, but there are a lot of places where, in Afghanistan, what can you go to school now for a couple? You go to school. A girl can go to school for a couple years now, but not anything beyond sixth grade or something. You remember what that was? Was it sixth grade, something like that? Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the more a society encourages women to go to school and have careers and so on, the more that happens, the lower the birth rates get, because women want to finish school and then they want to get their career started. And then by the time they have their first child, they're like 25 or something like that. If you're marrying off girls when they're 12 and 13 and so on, then by the time the Muslim woman is 25, she's on kid like number 5 or something like that. So that's the big factor. That's the big factor in the growth of Islam. As a matter of fact, that's the biggest factor in the growth of Islam in the world. Islam's impact on women. Muhammad isn't gay. Eyeliner be upon him. None of the men you mentioned had beards. Are you intellectually molested in the mind? He's saying because some Muslims think that if a guy doesn't have a beard, he's basically a woman, and therefore it doesn't count.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is the thing.
That's what they do.
In a park in Kuwait, I told a Muslim Jew, Jesus loves you, and he replied, I love you. Come to my home for 6, and I walked away. He stalked me in his car. I fled. Haha. Yeah, good idea. See. Dawah, don't admit what actually happened. Ooh, that's a good one.
That's funny.
Dawah, don't admit what actually happened. I'm stealing that. I'm saying it here, and this is the only place I'm ever going to say it. Worthy Clips did, well, I don't know. He may have seen it somewhere else. He may be stealing it. But if not, if he came up with that, then either way, I'm stealing it, and I will not credit anyone beyond saying right here that I'm going to steal it. So I will steal your stuff, people, but I will acknowledge that I stole your stuff.
You see, David
Temporarily.
admits that he steals.
Let's see. Apostate of Allah left Islam and became a Christian. One of us. Yeah. Start that. David, Vaseline will get lip stain off. Well, it's done. I'm not sure that's a situation that's ever going to rise again unless me and AP reprise our characters at a Queers for Palestine rally. Also, Garnier micellar water is amazing to get off makeup. That was amazing. Again, not sure that situation is going to be relevant anymore. But yes, I will come back to that comment in the future if needed. I read into the idiom cut my aorta. The idiom only uses the word for aorta in the Quran, not in the Hadith. It's Muslim hypocrisy to say they're different words while using the idiom word interchangeably. Mistake of Allah. Yeah, it just doesn't work. If there's an idiom that, I feel this being severed, and then Muhammad says he felt it, then it works either way.
Yeah, it sounds kind of Islamophobic the way you approach it like this. Oh.
Yeah. Let the church say, you see, instead of amen. Gets whiteboard. AP, we're definitely watching the video again.
How did you read this on whiteboard? This is interesting.
Whiteboard. Gets whiteboard.
Whiteboard. It's a whiteboard.
Whiteboard. Mo meets Jesus and condemned. Oh, get the actor from The Chosen. Yeah, I don't think he'd want to be in the Boom Boom Room.
No.
Here we have again another person asking, when will Mike Winger be in the Boom Boom Room? He will defeat Momo. I guarantee you all right now, Mike Winger would not last long in the Boom Boom Room. Because I think, script.
Honestly, if Mike Winger appeared on the scene, I think he would be the only one to actually overcome and defeat Momo. Yeah.
AP's trying to get banned because he's ashamed of having the gospel preached on this show, thanks to him. Hello from Israel. Thank you for your holy work. Yes. Hello to Israel. Crazy how things are going over there. All right, 2 more. AP, I bought me and my 3 grandkids the same IDF shirt while I was in Israel. We are all Christians. Draw your own conclusions.
Based. That's based. But wait a minute, I heard that they spit on Christians everywhere.
Yeah, all over the place. All over the place. It happened. Do you know I still get comments like that? Anytime I post anything that has to do with anything. But David, why don't you point out that the Jews spit on Christians?
It's so stupid, man.
It's like the dumbest thing ever.
God.
Mike Winger, the kind of guy to say knock knock as he walks through an open door. Knock knock. That does sound like something he would do.
That's pretty good.
Unfortunately, there is a large pro-Palestine group in Ireland, but it's losing numbers. But in Northern Ireland, there's a massive pro-Israel group. We even have Israeli flags flying in our streets.
It's kind of confusing to me that in Ireland there is a big outrage about immigration and Muslim immigration, but then it seems like from the same circles there's this whole pro-Palestine attitude, which just reminds me of the confusion of people when they don't understand what they're actually standing with or supporting, because they get things wrong. They mix up their sentiments. If you feel uncomfortable by the consequences of the immigration that you have, you are probably also uncomfortable with the very culture that you're supporting when you support pro-Palestine. Yeah.
That's true. That is correct. There is a lot of confusion in the world.
Yes.
Let's see. And just about through these real quick. Two left. Mike Winger meets Muhammad. Mike beams out just before the explosion. He pulls out his little...
That's good.
Yeah, if Mike were to play himself, I would just blow him up at the beginning. If I were to play Mike Winger, I would be wearing a Star Trek shirt and have some Spock ears on and have a little... Yeah, I'd say, beam me up, beam me up.
And you have to say, "Oh my stars."
Yeah. Oh my stars. Have Mike Winger in the boom boom room and have Mo push the button immediately. That was my... There are certain people, like Ben Shapiro would be the other one. If Ben Shapiro would be in the boom boom room, I would say, "Hey Ben, I just need you sitting in a chair. I'm going to put a black backdrop behind you real quick. That's the only shot I need." And it would just be Muhammad looks over, looks at the camera, blows him up. You don't even need Allahu Akbar. Just blows him up. And all right, last one here from Goat Hub. Have goats in the boom boom room and have Mo start licking his lips and sweating profusely. True to history. We were actually going to record Muhammad meets the sheep who ate the Quran, but there's that dispute about whether it was a sheep or a goat. So we didn't record it because I thought I want to expand the idea. I want to eventually have an interrogation room where Muhammad's got a sheep and a goat. It's vocab as Prophet Muhammad, but it's, he's got the light in his face and he's slamming on the desk and playing good cop, bad cop and all this stuff, trying to figure out whether it was the sheep or the goat. So yeah, we'll be checking that out. All right, AP.
Yes.
I'm going to replay this video while stopping and saying where jokes came from. So if that bothers you, if me giving credit where credit is due for the first time in my life bothers you, or you have something to do, you could dip out. But that's all I'm going to be doing. You've already seen the video.
To people, jokes came from, like they're brought by a stork, where they were made through reproductive interactions. That's very ridiculous.
No one ever there's never been more input from other people than this one. Normally for a boom boom room, it's usually me, but Vocab has written a bunch of them too. So it's either me or Vocab. One of us will write the entire script, and then we'll sit down with the other person, like usually a little before we record it, and the other person will be given feedback and recommending changes and adding jokes. Like Vocab's great at that. I can have a big script and I'll just read the script to him and he's just like, "Oh, put this in there, put this in there, put this in there." It's good.
Yeah.
So anyway,
you go ahead and watch
for this one. Yeah, for this one, I've never had this much input for. What's that?
You do that. I'll probably head out.
Yeah, you can head out.
In all honesty, I think I have a very big problem with watching myself perform.
Why? You crushed it.
I don't know, but
you're supposed to be extremely gay, and you nailed it, man.
It's not even about whether it's good or not. It just gives me a very weird, uncomfortable feeling, and especially if we're live doing that, that's even worse. I don't know what that is about. But I mean, I think we were fantastic. Mm-hmm. I think we played the role in a very good way.
Yep.
I want to allow that little bit of self-praise, but I just have a big problem with that. So yeah, you just go ahead, and I'll be back.
You go out. I wish I had the Muhammad hijab. Get out of here clip, but it's a bad word. All right, guys.
Stay away from Islam.
No, everyone should become Muslim.
Okay.
All right. Now that he's gone, now that he's gone, because I don't want to look at myself. I will sit here and look at myself in a video all day long, ladies and gentlemen, all day long. All right, guys, if you want to see it uninterrupted, you can either watch it earlier or better wait till tomorrow, because I'm not done editing it. This was a draft. This is a draft, although pretty much everything's here. I did see some stuff where I'm going to add some stuff. But we're going to watch it one more time, pause it in various places. For the first time ever, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I'm not actually sure about some of the names because I'd have to go look them up of the people, but you can find them. I remember where people said various things. So let's go ahead and check some of this out. Where is it? Muhammad meets Queers for Palestine live stream clip. Let's check this out. Classic.
Welcome to Muhammad's Boom Boom Room, where all of my guests either agree with me completely or they go boom. I am your host, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon me. And with me now are two members of a group who hate the Jews almost as much as I do. They are the Queers for Palestine. And these two appear to be two giant
Fabulous individuals. Hello, Honorable Muhammad.
That was vocab that he wants to start off. So I don't even remember what the original intro I had finished was. Finished the original intro, showed it to vocab, and he says, how about Muhammad starts calling them a slur, but you like jump in and change it. But it actually had a funny kind of meaning, like Queers for Palestine obviously doesn't want people to know like what the ideas of the actual ummah are. And so it seems like something they want to jump in before the truth got out about what they're defending here. So anyway, that was vocab. That was vocab. Wait, people still. I'm looking at the cat here. Looking at the chat here. All right, let's keep going.
I'm David. Pronouns he, him.
And I'm Gay P. Pronouns uh-oh.
That uh-oh was AP. I originally had it, so I said my pronouns are he, him, and AP was going to say my pronouns are they, them, and he changed it. He changed it to uh-oh as his pronouns. The gay P, that was like, what was that? Anyone remember? That was like 6 or 8 months ago. It was just someone left a super chat, but they had their channel name Gay P, and they had him with the blue wig on. And we cracked up laughing because we're like, how did the Dawa guys never come up with that? All they do is like insult us, but they never came up with Gay P for AP. Like, how did no one come up with Gay P? So we're cracking up because like, we didn't think of that. We didn't think of that. The Dawa guys didn't think of that. And all of a sudden, someone in the super chat made their own channel called Gay P and have AP with a blue wig on. And he reprises it here. So anyway, because of that, I was going to have AP's character named Gay P. And I was like, oh, mine can be Gay Vid. So that actually sort of piggybacked on that other joke that someone came up with.
What are your pronouns, Honorable Muhammad?
My pronouns are Allahu and Akbar. And I am beginning to think maybe we should continue this interview up on the roof.
Both of those were suggestions because I posted, I think, 3 different places. I posted here in a community tab in our Act 17 community, and on Twitter. I asked if anyone had suggestions, but both of those, my pronouns are Allahu and Akbar. That was a suggestion. And then maybe we should continue this up on the roof. That was another suggestion. So I basically took all the suggestions and I worked in as many of them as would fit, or there were some that crossed too many lines, and others, like even ones from vocab, it was just kind of, I'm not sure where to fit them. Like right here, vocab wanted, he wanted to say, hey, I didn't see you guys come in the front. How did you get in here? And he wanted to say that they came in through the back door and so on. Yeah, I left that one out, but it would have Here's a little side note. It's weird because, matter of fact, I'll tell you when we actually get to it. I was going to tell you, vocab will object to certain lines. So like, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. And I'll go, okay, no problem. If you don't want to say it, well, I might, hey, why not? And so on. But sometimes they'll be like, I don't want to say that. But then he'll say something like that I think is like way worse in a different spot. So anyway, it's weird that, I don't know. It's just interesting to me. But here goes.
Up on the roof? Sounds like someone wants to take us for a magic donkey ride.
Hey, buy a guy a drink first.
There were two jokes that were suggested about up on the roof. One was, hey, wants to go for a magic donkey ride. And the other one was to bring up the moon there. Like someone wants to split the moon and then have a joke about Muhammad splitting Diha's moon. But anyway, the moon one didn't fit here because we haven't introduced the topic of Diha al-Kalbi. So I went with the magic donkey ride and then save the moon splitting for later.
But seriously, we love you and your pronouns.
Most people only hear me use my pronouns once. Now, before we continue, let me give a shout out to this episode's sponsor, KFC Canada. KFC Canada is going full halal and full Sharia compliant. So, be sure to support the Islamic takeover of the world by buying a huge bucket of super greasy KFC chicken slaughtered by my followers in the name of the great God, Allah. It says something here on the side of the bucket, but I can't tell you what it says because, as everyone knows, I can't read.
Yeah, multiple things there. So one, KFC, having KFC in there was recommended. And then there are two jokes that sort of flow out of that. So on the one hand, people point out that Queers for Palestine is like chickens for KFC. I'm sure everyone's heard that a bunch of times. So someone brought that up as a suggestion, and someone brought it up in the context of finger licking good, because that's like KFC's motto. And so kind of worked both of them. Worked both of those into there. It's cool because bringing up the KFC led to two jokes.
I hear that chicken is finger licking good.
We love what you said about your followers licking each other's fingers after they eat.
You can lick our fingers anytime, Honorable Muhammad.
Speaking of KFC, some people say that Queers for Palestine is like chickens for KFC. So, why do you support a group?
I like that was vocab improving with the drop there. But it's kind of funny because Muhammad was just talking about having them up on the roof and treating them like KFC would treat chicken, but then he drops it like it's garbage. Hey, anyway, worked out.
Who wants to slaughter you like chickens against a nation that would protect you?
Great question, Honorable Muhammad. Some people think we side with Muslims because we've been brainwashed into siding with anyone who claims to be a victim. And who has greater right to perpetual victim status than poor, innocent Muslims who've been peacefully subjugating the world for 14 centuries, slaughtering gays and Jews and Christians and Hindus and apostates?
Yeah, Muslims are victims of all the selfish people who refuse to be violently subjugated.
Poor Muslims.
Poor Muslims always get the shaft, and we know what that's like.
That came from a relative of vocab. Poor Muslim. He's in favor of jokes where it actually doesn't mean anything. It's innocuous, but it could have a double meaning. So as far as why a group like Queers for Palestine would exist and be defending, again, people who, if they get control over you, if they win, like if Hamas gets control over Israel, which is what Queers for Palestine wants, what happens to gay people in Israel? We know what would happen. Why are you saying you want that to happen? It seems like the only real explanation is like people have just been programmed always side with the victims, and poor Muslims in the West, they're victims here, so we're all on the same side. All victims are on the same side of every issue. Doesn't matter if those victims want to kill us victims, they're victims too, and so we'll all be united here. But yeah, so as far as why, I don't know what's going on through their heads and so on, but if I had to pin down like what the main reason is for having a group like Queers for Palestine, I would think that's what it is. But there's this other thing where you could go in kind of a totally different direction with it. So that's where we go here.
Muslims are always victims, and we at Queers for Palestine love getting behind victims. But that's not the real reason we support you, Honorable Muhammad. We support you because we know you're one of us.
One of who now?
You're one of us, which makes you the real victim in this tragic story. You couldn't be open about it in 7th century Arabia. But these are different times, honey. And we want you to know that we accept you.
We accept you, Honorable Muhammad. One of us, one of us. We accept you, we accept you.
All right, pause this. Because, and don't let yourselves be influenced by AP or by me here. Don't let either one of us, in other words, don't side with me if you like me. Don't side with AP just because AP said it. Watch this scene where we start chanting one of us. AP wanted it to cut. He just said earlier in the live stream he thinks this should cut off earlier. We're going to go ahead and watch this. And I'll probably take a quick poll. So check out the scene as it is. They're saying Muhammad's one of them, and they do the scene that was originally made in the movie Freaks, but has been used in multiple other TV shows and movies and so on.
Honey, and we want you to know that we accept you.
We accept you, Honorable Muhammad. One of us, one of us. We accept you, we accept you. One of us, one of us. Gooba gobble, one of us, one of us. We accept you, one of us, one of us. Gooba gobble, one of us, one of us. We accept you, one of us, one of us. Gooba gobble, one of us, one of us. We accept you, one of us, one of us. Gooba gobble.
Wait, I'm one of you? What?
Okay, so I wanted more reaction shots of Muhammad in there. So that's what I was intending to do later on when I'm Wait, did Lloyd give more memberships, or were those from before? I don't know. It doesn't tell me in Ecamm. Like in a StreamYard, it tells you when people do that. I only see the memberships when I actually click on YouTube here. All right, so I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to do a poll here. Add a poll. I will abide by the decision of this poll. Should I shorten the one of us scene, or keep the entire thing? Let's see. Should I shorten the one of us scene or keep the entire thing? Shorten it. Don't shorten it. Again, this video, when I'm editing, I will abide by the decision of the poll. So let's let that go. Should I shorten the one of us scene or keep the entire thing? So I'll go ahead and play that one more time. You got one more time. So AP's view is Muhammad should jump in earlier. I'm not sure that his wait actually works as like cutting someone off. So I'd basically cut out a section of it in edit. I'd cut it out and splice it earlier just to make it shorter. All right, so let's go ahead and watch that one more time to get a feel for things. So this is how it is as is. This is how it is as is. And am I going to cut it down? Let's see.
But that's not the real reason we support you, Honorable Muhammad. We support you because we know you're one of us.
One of who now?
You're one of us, which makes you the real victim in this tragic story. You couldn't be open about it in 7th century Arabia. But these are different times, honey. And we want you to know that we accept you.
We accept you, Honorable Muhammad.
Okay, we accept you, Honorable Muhammad. Here's the scene. Should it be shortened? Yes or no?
One of us, one of us. We accept you, we accept you. One of us, one of us. Gooba gobble, one of us, one of us. We accept you, we accept you. One of us, one of us. Gooba gobble, one of us, one of us. We accept you, we accept you. One of us, one of us. Gooba gobble, one of us, one of us. We accept you, we accept you. One of us, one of us. Gooba gobble.
Wait, I'm one of you? What do you mean?
Oh,
That was vocab. He was just saying, "Wait, what do you mean? I'm one of you?" And he changed it to "What do you mean?" for a little quick shout out to John McRae, his channel. What do you meme? Who John McRae's been in? I'm trying to think of how many episodes he's been in. So he played one of the Hebrew Israelites in that video. He played the guy. He played the angel Gabriel. He played the Nation of Islam guy. He played R. Kelly, and he played Michael Jackson. Trying to think if he was in any others, but yeah, vocab gave him a little shout out there.
come on, Honorable Muhammad. We read that little story about you pulling up your blouse so that big, strong man could kiss you all over your milky white body.
Yeah, we read about you seductively poking him under the ribs.
Hang on. So people are, some people are saying, I haven't looked at the poll yet. Well, right when I clicked on it, it was like 57% saying shorten it or something like that. Let me see what we got here because people are actually commenting on it. What is this? Gooba Gobble sounds like an honorable name. Yeah. Let's see. Sarah says the overkill is funny, but maybe a little shorter. Yeah, that's the idea. Do you want like overkill, or do you want? You don't want overkill if it gets just to where it's annoying rather than funny. Let's see. The second time you were all pointing fingers could be cut. Yeah, any of it could be cut. Any of it could be cut. Christchild says it's perfect. Need to have more vocab reactions if you keep the original. Yeah, I agree with that. And then we got it's perfect lol. We've got don't shorten it. Fire Screamer. Let's see. Yeah, keep the boa twirl. Keep the boa twirl. Yeah, and that's part of it is AP's kind of doing different things in it, especially in some of the. We did that scene probably 4 different times. I think that's one of the ones where his hat flies off or something like that. But yeah, we recorded that like 4 times. So we have, but he does something kind of different each time with his props. Let's see. We had shorten it here. Let's see. This says, I do have ADHD. Shorten it. Make it 2 to 3 times instead of 4. Keep the circling of the scarf by AP by splicing it. We've got Sal. Is that the same Sal? Is that the Sal who made the music? Let's see. It's very powerful. Please keep it. The extended version is certainly more realistic. I wouldn't shorten it. All right, so we actually have a situation where we have. I was. Sometimes you ask a question and things go massively in one direction. It looks like people are on both sides of this issue. Ooh, it's borderline. That is interesting. Interesting. I looked at the actual poll. That is interesting. We'll let the poll run a little longer, but I'll just go. Whenever we're done going through this video and stuff, then I will go with whatever the poll results are. Let's see. All right, back to this.
strong man could kiss you all over your milky white body.
Yeah, we read about you seductively poking him under the ribs with a stick.
And then he said, let me take retaliation.
And you said, take that retaliation. Oh yeah, take all that retaliation.
And he said, but you're wearing a shirt.
So you raised your shirt up and let him kiss you all over. Until he said, this is what I wanted, Messenger of Allah. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted so bad.
Then an hour later, you were mysteriously covered in semen. Skate, skate, skate.
Been there.
Done that.
A bunch of people, I'm talking dozens at least, suggested in the various places where I posted that or where I said we're going to record an episode of Muhammad Meets Queers for Palestine. A bunch of people said you have to include the hadith where Muhammad lifts his shirt up so that guy can kiss him all over his side. So, yeah, that one came from a lot. That's one I was definitely going to use already, but also everyone recommended it. So everyone's on the same page about that hadith about Muhammad lifting up his blouse. Well, we changed the blouse in the hadith. It just says shirt. We have these guys. We have Queers for Palestine call it a blouse.
Honorable Muhammad, can you lift up your blouse so I can kiss you now?
What? No! What do you think I am? The Black Stone?
I don't remember what the original line was for "Can we kiss you now?" But Vocab said he wanted to say, "What? No. What do you think I am? The Black Stone?" So that's a vocab joke.
Well, you're the only prophet in history who was constantly covered in semen. You wore it proudly.
That is an issue, guys, and I've never been able to even imagine a good explanation of why. It's not that, hey, Aisha one day noticed a semen stain on Muhammad and had to, get rid of it. It's just over and over again in the Muslim sources. And some she'll talk about scratching it off with her fingernail. Another time she's scraping it off. And then she'll talk about washing it off. And then she'll say she washed it off. I think one of the ones I put on the screen is she said she'd wash it off. And even then she would see more. So after she thinks she's washed off all the semen off her prophet, I finally got the last little bit. And then I say, no, there's actually more on him. It's like, how do you explain this? Because the most charitable possible explanation you can possibly give is that Muhammad used the garment that he would wear outside to the mosque to go pray in. He would just use that as a semen rag after having sex. That's it. That's the best explanation. The best explanation for why Muhammad has semen on his clothes, the most charitable, the most generous explanation, is that he would finish having sex and he would just wipe himself off with the garment that he's about to put on and go to lead prayers in the mosque and hug it out with his bros. And so like the best possible explanation, the nicest, most generous, most charitable explanation anyone could ever give makes Muhammad a disgusting, disgusting person that is unlike anyone. I've never seen anyone who has this problem. I've never seen anyone who has this problem, just got semen all over his clothes and has to constantly be scratching it off and scraping it off and washing it off and so on. Never seen anyone who had that problem. Certainly not familiar with any prophet ever having this problem. But Muhammad would be a guy who, think if you knew this and Muhammad's coming up to you in the mosque, you want to hug this guy? I'd want like to remain 10 feet away from this guy at all times. This is your hero. This is your hero in Islam. This guy, the semen covered guy. That's your guy. That's your ultimate hero. You'd hug that guy. Ask all these guys. Ask Hakikachu and Muslim Kalba. Hey, would you hug Muhammad with semen all? Of course, he's our prophet. They would do it. I would not want to do that. That's nasty and disgusting. But again, that's the best, the most charitable. The best explanation as far as what Muslims would want us to believe. That's the nicest thing we could say, is Muhammad just used his clothes as a semen rag and then would try to walk out the door. And it was his little child bride who would say, no, stop. You got semen all over you. Let me get it. That's the most charitable. And the most charitable explanation makes Muhammad a disgusting, whatever, just nasty person that you would not want to be near if he's in your mosque, leading prayers in your mosque. You would not want to touch that dude. That's the most charitable explanation. The other explanations are significantly more interesting, although they're in the realm of possibility. So one of the possibilities is it's some dudes. And what if it's not even dudes? It's goats. We don't know. I don't know. What do you? I don't want to take a poll on this, but guys, what do you think? Is Muhammad just using his garments as a semen ray? If you didn't have all these issues about Jizya al-Kalbi and this other guy smooching him all over his body, and hey, can you lift up your shirt so I can smooch you? If you didn't have that stuff, you'd have no reason to think that this is anything other than Muhammad using his garment as a rag to clean himself up after sex or something like that. But when you see these other things, it's like, I don't know, it's within the realm of possibility. And the stories about Jizya, my goodness, it's Sunni sources and Shia sources that Muhammad's he's telling his wives, he's telling his companions, he's telling other people, he's always telling people, hey, when you see me with Jizya al-Kalbi, that's actually the angel Gabriel. And I posted one on Twitter where Muhammad, it was known among his companions, when Muhammad is with Jizya al-Kalbi, it's for a private meeting behind the curtain, so don't go in there. And one of the companions actually does one day. He goes in there and looks. Muhammad is asleep on Jizya al-Kalbi's lap. Jizya says, hey, we don't want to wake him, so here, let me lift his head up, and you get under there. And so he slides him on. Muhammad wakes up, it's a different dude there. He's like, what's going on here? And the guy's like, yeah. So I came in here, and then Jizya al-Kalbi said, hey, why don't you take my place and so on. And he's like, no, that was the angel Gabriel. And his companion's like, oh, everyone, that's the angel Gabriel. I'm like, are you serious, man? Are you joking? Are you joking? This would be like, I've said it before. This would be like a man comes home to his wife and sees another man escaping through the window. As soon as he pulls up in his car, a guy jumps out the window and starts running. He says, hey, honey, who was that? She said, oh, don't worry. It was an angel. It was an angel who came to see me. Any guy out there dumb enough to fall for that? Any guy, if you came home early, wife wasn't expecting you come home early, pull up in the driveway, you see a window open, guy pops out and starts running. Your wife says, yeah, that was an angel. Don't worry, honey. Any guy on the planet dumb enough to fall for that. Muhammad's companions all did, and all his wives. They all fell for that. They all fell for that one. Oh, yeah, no, that's not Jizya behind the curtain. That's the angel Gabriel. Yeah, you can all see the angel Gabriel now, and he happens to look exactly like Jizya al-Kalbi, who was the hottest young man in Arabia. The Muslim sources say that when Jizya came to town, all the ladies of the town would go out to look upon him because of how handsome he was. This is the guy that Muhammad's got behind the curtain. This is the guy Muhammad's fallen asleep on his lap. All right. Wow. Wild stuff. All right, back to this video.
Shame on that little hag Aisha for washing it off you and scratching it off you and scraping it off you. That's like scraping the sequins off your wives' dresses when you were prancing around in them, you adorable cross-dresser, you.
And we know all about you and Jizya al-Kalbi, the handsomest young stud in Arabia. There are all these hadiths about Jizya being at your house and you telling your wife that it's actually the angel Gabriel.
Seriously, Honorable Muhammad, you're telling us that anyone who sees this guy in your house says, yeah, that's Jizya al-Kalbi, we know him, but it's really the angel Gabriel who just happens to look exactly like Jizya al-Kalbi?
Stop trying to put the gay in Gabriel.
He's an angel!
He's an angel, not your scapegoat.
Yeah, again, stop trying to put the gay in Gabriel. That came from the woman who's helping us with our makeup. I don't know if she wants us to say her name, but yeah, she's been here in the chat. And it sucks because other people said things after that, but I didn't write them down and I forgot them.
Hey, who's that sneaking out the prophet's window in the middle of the night?
Isn't that Jizya al-Kalbi, a.k.a. Hot Jizya?
No, it's the angel Gabriel. Trust me, bro.
Come on, Honorable Muhammad. We heard about you splitting the moon.
Sounds like some moons got split when Jizya came for a visit.
Look, what happens between two consenting adults or one consenting adult and a non-consenting child, and the privacy of my own bedroom is nobody's business. But why do you keep calling me Honorable Muhammad? It's Prophet Muhammad.
Yes. So this is what I was talking about earlier, when Vocab will see something and he'll go, no, I don't want to say that. Can we cut that out? I don't like saying that. So this actually came up. Now, keep in mind, Vocab's down for almost for saying all kinds of things. So when he actually says, hey, I don't want to say that, that's crossing a line in his mind. But when we recorded the Muhammad meets Andrew Tate, after Muhammad describes Islamic paradise. So Muhammad explains that we're going to spend eternity deflowering virgins, and all the women are going to keep their mouths shut and stand in corners and stuff like this until you call upon them to take their virginity, and then Allah is going to restore their virginity overnight. So every day you see them, they're still virgins and so on. And anyway, Muhammad goes on this tirade about how we're just going to keep on deflowering virgins over and over and over again forever. And then Andrew Tate's response was going to be, I have got a massive boner right now, right? He's going to say something like that, and Vocab's like, no, you can't have that in a video. I'm like, what are you talking about? All the other stuff in this video, the video's about deflowering virgins and all the messed up sex trafficking and all this other stuff. That's a problem you have? And he's like, I don't want that in the video. And so we had Robert Spencer. We were hanging out with Robert Spencer. So I actually asked Robert Spencer, I was like, hey, what do you think? And Robert goes, yeah, you shouldn't say that word. And I was like, well, we got to replace it with something. What are we going to say? And then Robert offered the craziest. Robert offered his suggestion as to what we should say, what we should do instead. And Robert goes, yeah, just have him not say anything. Have Andrew Tate. He has a laptop on his lap the entire time. And as Muhammad's speaking, the laptop just rises up. And you don't say why, but it's obvious. And me and Vocab were like, what are you talking about? That's worse. You're actually showing that the guy has an erection that is lifting up his laptop. So anyway, we eventually went with, I am massively turned on right now, or something like that. So anyway, I find that interesting because there'll be all this stuff that I think is actually more extreme than this one thing. Like Vocab will be like, I don't know about that. But I was like, wait, you got all this other stuff in there. So anyway, right here for the clip that we just watched, Muhammad's line was originally, how I originally wrote it was, look, what happens between two consenting adults, or what gets squirted all over me by a consenting adult, is nobody's business. And in my own bedroom is nobody's business. So he was going to say that, and Vocab's like, I don't want to talk about squirting stuff all over me. That's messed up. I don't want to talk about that. But then he improvs it as whatever happens between two consenting adults, or between one consenting adult and a non-consenting child, is nobody's business. So he went with that, which, that's funny. I like that better. But thinking about like what crosses the line in his mind, saying what gets squirted on me, that crosses the line. But later, when he's talking about jizya, he just improv going, jizya, 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 jizya. Like that's not in the script. It's not in the script. He's just supposed to say jizya. And he doesn't understand in the script. He doesn't understand that they're thinking something else, right? Because jizya is just normal. That's normal. That's Islam 101 right there. But he's improving, and he starts going jizya, right? And he's like, wait, you're okay with that? You're fine with that, but not this other line. Anyway, these are the things that go on behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what we got here?
We call you Honorable Muhammad because you're worthy of honor from the LGBTQAI plus community.
But you're right. It is too many syllables. Honorable Mohammed. That's 7 syllables.
7.
Let's shorten it to Homo. That's a good nickname.
Momo the Homo, who delivered our favorite book.
The Honorable Muhammad. I don't remember. If anyone sees, I don't remember if I came up with that one, or if that was one of the ones I got in the comments. Don't remember. I'll glance through the comments at some point and see, because I'll probably message everyone whose lines I used and like just send them a little message saying, hey, it's yep, here's where it is in the clip.
The Quran.
Gayest book ever! That's why I call myself a Quran queen.
Queeron, I believe Queeron came in a comment. I think that was in a I'm trying to think if that was from vocab or from a comment. I think that came from a comment. And Quran Queen, that definitely came from Muhammad. I mean, from vocab. Vocab said, it's funny, now I'm calling vocab Muhammad. But that definitely came from vocab.
You had us at the eyes are the leather strap of the anus.
Yeah, whenever I hear the words leather strap, the next word I want to hear is anus.
And yeah, that one did get multiple people brought that up, but that was one there was no way I was not including that.
Shut up! The only reason I haven't Allahu Akbar'd you yet is because KFC Canada, today's sponsor, says that I have to invite you to Al-Islam first. So here's the invitation. Islam is the religion of submission to the great God Allah. The only way to submit to the great God Allah is to do everything that I say. And I say you either need to convert to Islam right now or pay me in Jizya.
Pay me in Jizya.
Pay you what now?
I said Jizya!
One more time.
Jizya! Jizya, 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 Jizya!
So you like to get paid in jizya, homo?
I think we can make a song about that. Jizz.
Yeah.
Jizz.
Yeah.
He likes to get paid in jizz.
Yeah.
Jizz.
Yeah.
Jizz.
Yeah.
He likes to get paid in jizz.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
You know Muhammad loves that D.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
You know Muhammad loves that D.
Yeah.
Classic song. Now I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to tell you how something like that happens. So in the original script, Muhammad says, he explains how Islam works, and you either have to convert or pay him jizya. And we're just going to look at each other and pay you what now? And then he was going to say it again. We're going to look over and one more time. And then we're just going to go on to other things. And vocab says, what if one person says, what if one of you says jizz and the other goes, yeah. He goes, and I didn't understand it. We actually argued about it for about 10 minutes. I was like, I don't understand. I understand you're making jizz, yeah, into two words, jizz, yeah, like, yeah. But like, where do I put that? Where would that go? Is it just like random? Like someone goes jizz and the other one goes, yeah. Anyway, vocab's like, come on, it's funny. You got to put that in there and stuff. And I was like, I can't figure out how to just randomly, one person says jizz and the other goes, yeah. And then it was a little later and I go, matter of fact, I think it was like an hour or two later. And I go, hey, what if I made a little song about it? And I go, jizz, yeah, Muhammad, he likes to get paid in jizz, yeah. And as soon as I said that, Muhammad, I keep calling vocab Muhammad now, it's funny. Vocab says, oh, well, if you're going to do that, then you have to do one with Dihya as well. Dihya, you know Muhammad loves that Dihya. Anyway, that's how we end up with a song, and then send it off to Sal. So check out Sal's channel. Matter of fact, I need to. I'll put a link. I'll add a link afterwards to Sal's channel because Sal added the beat there.
I'm not gay!
Sure you're not gay, homo.
I'm telling you, I'm not gay. I mean, sure, I may have experimented a little bit with Dia and a few other guys, and I may have occasionally sucked on the tongues of a few little boys.
Little boys? Ugh. Brother, ugh.
I think that was AP who wanted the brother in there. I can't remember now. That may have been one that got suggested by multiple people. On this issue, I've seen... So this is going back to the whether you go with overkill for the one of us scene. This is Mrs. Apostate. I saw a couple people point out that you should have something with Muhammad looking at the camera. I don't remember if we recorded, because we record cutaways afterwards. In other words, you don't know where people are going to mess up and where you need to splice the view of the other person. So once we're done with everything, I'll just say, vocab, make a bunch of different facial expressions. So first, just be looking. Okay, now be nodding, and then he'll nod. So if I need a cutaway where he's agreeing with someone, then I can add that. And then I'll say, okay, now look like you're getting mad, and he'll start, acting like he's about to push the button. I'll record that for any time you want to. Like if it's just focusing on one person for like too long, and you need a cutaway for diversity to show the other person or something like that for a different scene. So you have that. But I don't remember if I got vocab doing which I love. I love it when people look over at the camera. I don't remember if I recorded him looking at the camera, because that would be funny if they're singing and he's sitting over there looking over, or if they're doing the one of us and he looks over at the camera. I do like the idea of Mrs. Apostate here with the overkill with the close-up of Muhammad. So I can do a close-up of Muhammad. I have to look and see if I have a good facial expression that would be good for a close-up. The ideal scenario would be him looking at the camera and then sort of zooming in on him while this is happening. I do not remember what I have. But yeah. Matter of fact, we're about to be done, and then we'll check out
We're gays, not groomers.
But I had lots of beards. I mean, wives. And my favorite wife was that little prepubescent girl you rudely called a little hag.
Says right there, not the age of puberty.
Prepubescent? Double brother,
What's that?
What's that, brother?
AP suggests he pulls off his glasses in the scene right before this, where Muhammad's getting where they're like, wait a minute, we're gay. We don't want to mess with kids, man. What is going on here? AP pulls off his glasses and he said we should kind of dial things back and become more sort of people who are getting grossed out and ticked off right here.
Hey, you're not Momo the homo, you're Momo the chomo.
All you guys are doing is making fun of me.
That was vocab improving there. All you gays guys. Yeah, that was
How can you say you support Palestine when you're making fun of me?
It's Palestine.
Palestine!
Palestine!
People made a joke. I don't know if anyone's getting it. I don't even know if anyone's getting it, but someone I might need to put it on the screen, but someone was saying, it's kind of messed up. Someone in the comments said that the reason queers for Palestine support Palestine is because they think it's Philistine, phallus as in a penis. Yeah, I don't know if people are going to get that because I included it because it's not really clear what they're saying, or if they're just mispronouncing it or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. In other words, I can put it on the screen so people understand but I'm not sure I want people to get the joke because, we already recorded it, but it's kind of messed up. I don't know.
Palestine.
Palestine!
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 Palestine.
Palestine!
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 Palestine.
Palestine!
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Wrong! From the river to the sea is where your body parts are going to be. Allahu Akbar!
And again, that was vocab. That was vocab improving his little tap there. Yeah, funny dude. Anyway, that was sort of a behind the scenes take on how an episode of Muhammad's Boom Boom Room comes to be, how we end up with all the lines and where the lines come from. Again, we have more input than we normally have for this video because we asked for input. But yeah, that's a general process. This had more input from other people, and this is another situation where I've had certain videos like that before. Like, okay, this is some gross stuff we're talking about here, but like, how do you do this video without having a bunch of gross stuff in there? I mean, it's like, you kind of can't. You can't bring up the relevant issues without having a bunch of gross stuff in there. And so anyway, it's a weird situation. And it's another situation where I always think like, okay, someone needs to do this. I don't want most people to have to do this to point out the absurdity of Queers for Palestine supporting Islam. Like you could point out some of the inconsistencies, but if you really want to make fun of it and show this is beyond ridiculous, then I don't know. I'll do it. All right. So, oh, interesting. Oh, that is almost as close as polls get. It's hovering right around 50%. That is funny. Guys, if it hovers right around 50%, I'd be inclined to give AP's wife, Mrs. Apostate, the deciding vote. But okay. I said I would end the poll when we're done. So we're ending with 52%. That's almost a completely irrelevant vote because 50-50 doesn't tell you a lot. I was seriously thinking it would. I didn't think it was going to be a landslide because I saw people commenting one way or the other, and because AP thought it should be shorter, and I thought I wanted to keep it like it was. I was thinking there would be some disagreement, but I was still thinking it was going to be like 70-30 or something like that. The fact that it ended up 52 to 48 means. All right. I'll look at it. I still might. Yeah, I'll look at it. I'll see what I can do. But we did, even from the people who said keep the full, keep all of it. There were a lot of suggestions for like cutaways, more cutaways and stuff like that. So yeah, I will be messing with this tonight. I'll be messing this with tonight. People are saying overkill with, Miss Apostate, overkill with cuts of Muhammad and stuff. Yeah. And I do want to see what cuts I have of vocab. I would like one where he looks at the camera. I do not remember recording one this time, but I will look around for it. All right. Okay. Well, we'll take these super chats here. Where we at? Oh, still, I looked. The one I saw when I pulled it up was also about Mike Winger. Yeah, this is the same. Yeah, we saw this earlier, but that's what I first thought of when I thought of someone like Mike Winger, and Ben Shapiro was the other one I mentioned that. Let's see. Don't put a 6-year-old girl in the boom boom room. Yeah, I actually don't. I don't want to. If I did, she would have to be full. The only way I would put a young girl in an episode is if she were in a full burqa, and if she had no clue what's going on, she's just sitting there the entire time. There's no way to ever identify her, and we do like voiceover. Like we have someone else imitate the voice of a young girl, maybe do some audio effects or something like that to make it sound like a young girl. But I would not at all want someone actually appearing in the video who might regret that later. Definitely not a little girl. I never looked better. Gay P. Hey, there's Gay P again. Gay P. Gave rise to a couple of jokes for that video. A lot of us in the chat want a blooper video. I have to think about it. I have to think about it. There were lots of, see, that entire video is like, what, 11 minutes long? It's like 11 minutes long or something like that. Recording vocab was a little over 30 minutes, and recording me and AP was a little over an hour. So it's basically an hour, about an hour and a half for that 11 minutes. So there's lots of outtake. There's lots of stuff where we're just trying to figure something out. And how should we do this? How should we say this? Should we say it like this and stuff like that? But there is lots of like messing up lines and stuff like that. Or also vocab improving a scene in multiple ways. Like, oh, let me try it like this. And he'll say something. He'll say, oh, let me try that. And he'll say something different. And that it didn't work with the flow because it didn't tie in with the next line very well. But vocab's classic. I can't read. He actually did that. He actually did that later on just as improv when he's supposed to say, when he goes, I'm not gay, right? He shouts it like that. But he says, as everyone knows, I'm not gay. And he says it like that. Again, it just didn't seem, it was an awesome line. It didn't seem to work with the editing to fit that one in. But there is stuff like that that might be good for some sort of blooper video. Have to see. I can't quite hear. Are you saying queers for Palestine? No, we weren't saying that. Someone just asked the joke and said, recommended the joke. Can you have them saying Palestine as if that's the reason they're doing it or something like that? So again, I'm not sure I want people to hear that. The person who suggested it will know, and I guess you guys will know. Yeah, we'll think about it. Let's see. The trajectory of the Google Gobble is perfect. Also, you were asking, I sent 40 memberships. Lloyd, thank you, sir. But you shouldn't be bragging. You should let other people brag for you and say, hey, that Lloyd, what a guy. No, thanks for that, though. That's cool. And guys, I will be for the next 2 weeks. I've been just been doing a bunch of stuff and heading to a bunch of different places, which is why I haven't been putting out normal videos, but I have sort of like a backlog of a bunch of topics to make regular videos on. So I'm thinking minimum of 2 this week. I might be able to get 3 out. So anyway, I have multiple videos over the next couple of weeks that I've started working on, but just haven't recorded because like when I travel, I take my GH5 and then I pack it up and stuff like that. And like I get back and like, I kind of don't start recording at all because I have to reassemble everything and adjust the settings on the camera because it's different in the room and so on. So anyway, I just kind of drag my feet after I travel, especially if I travel and then I know I'm going to be traveling again soon. I kind of don't want to take out all my stuff and then assemble it to record a video and then pack it all back up. Kind of, let me leave it packed and I'll like record afterwards and stuff. So that's the situation there. But yeah, I got a bunch of videos coming out. So anyway, point there was anyone who just got a membership courtesy of Lloyd, roughly probably 50 to 60, maybe 70% of the time when I make a video and I'm going to release a video, then a good portion of the time, I actually post it the day before. I actually post it the day before, and then I release it, on the day. But for like channel members and stuff, I'll send it out. If I post a video a day ahead of time before I actually release it, then I try to share that link, and so you can watch videos early. Roughly half the videos I post, you can actually watch them early. Let's see. D Wood AP vocab the 4 stating about KFC and facial on vocab, and you both priceless. Do not shorten. Recommendations for not shortening. Well, the vote has already been settled. It was pretty much a total coin flip, 50, almost 50-50. That is almost as close as things can get. We had a 52-48. Muhammad should have looked at the camera for comedy effect, but I'm an atheist, so what do I know? I know that, and I horribly regret that, because that's one of the ones you can watch other episodes of the Boom Boom Room. I almost always include someone looking over at the camera. And vocab does it when he looks over at the camera. I can't read. But just the normal cutaway of looking over the camera, I have to look. But I do. I love that, and I'm going to. If I don't have one, it's because we were recording. By the time me and AP were recording, it was like, 7 in the morning, something like that. It was like 7 in the morning. I've recorded vocab a couple hours earlier, so we were tired. We were pretty tired, and I normally would not forget something like that. So I agree with you. I agree with you completely, Steve, about everything except you being an atheist. That's silly. Worthy Clip says Momo chose the goat. We did have a lot of recommendations for goat stuff that didn't end up in in the video. Let's see. Momo had the first polka dot garment. Yeah. What was I thinking about that for? Oh, it was when we, now I remember when I was doing this drawing. This was yesterday. I was like, when did I think about making polka dot? It was when we did this drawing yesterday during AP's live stream. And I was thinking, hey, if I draw Muhammad and I have a body, then I could always add like little stains on it or something like that. Again, guys, this stuff is gross to talk about. We don't like talking about this stuff normally. How do you avoid it when you have all of these sources? Source after source after source after source. Go to sunnah.com, which has a bunch of the Muslim sources, and type in Muhammad, semen. And prepare to be horrified at how many of these sources there are, talking about Muhammad having semen all over him and all the different ways Aisha had to deal with these never-ending semen stains all over his clothes. It's wild stuff. So it's just this weird situation. Like, there are all these things we could be talking about, but someone needs to make fun of this stuff. Someone has to do it. And so it's just like, you just kind of have to talk about the gross stuff and make fun of it. And I don't know. It's just, this is the awkward position that Islam puts us in. Shame on Muhammad. Shame on Muhammad for putting us in this awful, ridiculous situation. But it is good for laughs. And that's probably the nicest takeaway you can have of Muhammad. Horrible, horrible person. Tons of damage to the world. But at least he gave us an opportunity for some serious laughs. And here we have, just add Muhammad's silly expression and others' cringe reaction as you two chant. Something channeling a scene from an Austin Powers movie where different frames are inputting. This looks like a giant. What do you mean, other people? Not just us? In other words, there's 3 people in the boom boom room. You mean cutaways to... Oh, you mean cringe reactions like the memes, like Steve Carell from The Office, where he goes like that? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that would work. I could try it. I'm not sure about that. It might throw things off. I like the idea though. But yeah, I'll check it out. And we have Lloyd here. Can we get AP in the boom boom room and the whole video is just Muhammad waiting for him to arrive? That would be a different kind of video. People might not remember, but one of the old episodes of Muhammad's boom boom room was Muhammad meets the apostate prophet. And AP wrote that video. That's one of the rare ones that was written by someone else, not by either me or Vocab. But yeah, that has happened. So yeah, in fact, multiple people suggested that for this one. So they suggested that it just starts off with me. And then like 5 minutes later, Gay P shows up. But yeah, didn't do it. We can't do it. Can't do every joke. But yeah, that would be funny if there's a follow-up with AP, or he's playing a different character and stuff like that, and it's kind of an inside joke that he's chronically late. All right, last one here. Thank you for all you do, D Wood, AP, and Vocab, for informing on this vile, disgusting religion. Praying for those lost in these false religions. Prayers for you, D Wood, AP, and Vocab families. Yes, thank you, Pamela. And with that said, it's good that we have now kept this under 3 hours, because that's sometimes we just go on forever and then people whine and complain. Oh, let's see. Is that it? Oh, I will be live tomorrow with Inspiring Philosophy. He'll be over on my channel. IP posted a response to a video that was claiming that Islam was this great fount of scientific learning and so on. And IP posted a response, and I said, hey, this is important because this stuff does come up. So why don't we just go live? So yeah, I'll be joined by Inspiring Philosophy tomorrow, and we will talk about science. We'll be talking about science. We're talking about the history of science. We'll be talking about Islam and the history of science. We'll be talking about Christianity and the history of science. And we'll talk about stupid people saying stupid things on TikTok, which is an ongoing problem. Some of you who aren't sure what to do, but you want to get involved. Keep in mind, there are a million different ways to get involved. So if you already have what you're doing, roll with that. But we do get lots of questions like, hey, I want to get involved, but I'm not sure what to do. Social media is a real quick, easy way to get started. If you want to do something on TikTok, basically, if you're a young person and you know how TikTok works and stuff, like I couldn't even figure it out. I couldn't even figure the program out, how to do videos and stuff. So I gave up pretty quickly. I was like, okay, well, we'll let other younger people who grew up with this, we'll let them figure this out. But yeah, if you want to make TikTok videos And you know how all that works? Very easy to do. Take some point that someone makes in a video you like if you're watching an apostate prophet video and say, wow, I really like that point. Make a TikTok video out of it. I don't mean take AP. I mean, we're not stingy with our content. Any argument I've ever used or point you've ever heard me, steal it. You don't have to give me credit. D Wood doesn't care. I don't think AP cares much either. It absolutely cracks me up when I see a video and someone's using an argument that I know they got from me, not giving any credit. I think it's awesome. I want to see that happen all day, every day. I even think it would be awesome if other people eventually became known for an argument that they got from me, and everyone's like, wow, that person's got that awesome argument. I'm sitting there yelling, yeah, that is a great argument. That is a great argument there. What a brilliant argument that is. The reason I think that's hilarious is because I've stolen so many arguments from other people over the years, and then people are like, wow, what a great argument. I'm thinking, I got it from so-and-so, but you're right, I am super brilliant, and so on. So yeah, that's why I think it's actually funny. So yeah, those of you who want to get started, YouTube's an awesome platform. Social media, very easy to share comments, share videos, share clips, share graphics and so on, share verses and so on. But if you actually want to make like videos or something like that, things seem to be wide open over on TikTok as far as there are tons of Dawa guys over there spouting complete nonsense, and there doesn't seem to be enough people responding to the nonsense. So, Inspiring Philosophy, that's one guy who's actually is able to do both, make good YouTube videos and make lots of good TikTok videos and stuff. But that's an area over there. That's an area. Like, I look at YouTube and I think we're kind of dominating by this point. Everything they post, we just crush it and so on. So I think we're dominating on YouTube. Need some more help on TikTok. So again, the point is, if you're someone who is wondering what to do and you want to make content, you want to make videos, but you're not sure how to go about it, that is a possibility. All right. Thanks, everyone, for the input. Again, I'll be making the final edit of this video tonight, so I will take the feedback. Thank you for the feedback as far as before I actually finish the editing. And anything else that you can think of, put in the comments section. I'm not going through the chat anymore. In other words, I won't be going through the chat afterwards. So if you have something that I did not see, and you think it's important as far as the editing, put that in a comment below. I will check all of those out before I do the final render. So apart from that, one last one from Pamela C here. Check out Jason Lyle Answers in Genesis. I listened to a tape by Jason Lyle a long time ago. Yeah, smart guy. All right, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow as David Wood and Inspiring Philosophy discuss science and Christianity and Islam. Should be fun. And the final version of Muhammad Meets Queers for Palestine, unless something goes horribly wrong tonight or something, should be up on the Act 17 Polemics channel tomorrow. So that'll be on Act 17 Polemics, which is where the new episodes of Muhammad's Boom Boom Room are going, keeping stuff spread out. All right. Catch you all tomorrow.